Commercial.
All right. At least we know we have something working.
Camera keeps falling down, getting a good shot of my tits.
Atta boy.
Like a tits up. Oh, wait, that was on the air. That was on YouTube. Tits up. Sorry. All right, let me log in here. Dun, 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 dun. Back to YouTube. Dun, 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 dun. One person's watching. That's awesome. There we go. Oh gosh, do I need to put a pack of matches under the camera? This shit just keeps falling. I'm gonna. I am innovative. Go like that. Looks like I'm peeking through a window. All right, well, that's too many. There, that should do it. All righty. Well, we promised a show. We should do one. All right, here we go. Let's do, not this one. I want this. Alrighty, we're gonna go. There, that should do it. Alrighty. Oops, I gotta turn my sound off. Jeez, oh, Pete. We promised a show. We should do one. Will I sound good? There we go. Mute. Jesus. All right, let's go in. We're gonna go in 30.
This is chaoticradio.com.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Y'all ready for this?
Here we come.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hell yeah.
Little bit of heaven, 94.7 KMET. Really?
West 106. Wake me up. Good morning. 93 KHJ.
Pirate Radio.
KFXM.
Hit it. Doing that
Thing you do, breaking my heart into a million pieces. Good Sunday morning, everyone. Roy and Jimmy Thing here on chaoticradio.com. Special Sunday morning edition. I am Roy Brewster. This is...
I am your morning guy. Can I say that right now? Yes. Your morning guy, formerly known as the Monday night guy, but today only the Sunday morning guys. Jimmy Shaw. Is that what I was going for? That right? The name?
Yeah, I think you were going for the name.
I got
That's
on a
what we put you
tangent
in.
right there.
Jimmy just went off.
I am too awake this morning, and plus we had the technical difficulties. That was always fun.
Yeah,
It is. I like saying this. Chaotic Radio Morning Time is 8:33. It is the Roy and Jimmy thing. It's our morning show.
Yeah, sorry for being a few minutes late. Ooh, boy, it was exciting for a minute.
It's always something. Always something when you're trying to do something, and that was part of it. So good thing it's a Sunday morning right here on chaoticradio.com. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you, Mr. Jimmy Shaw.
Good morning. Well, you know, the technical difficulty is you wouldn't be able to see me.
And well, first that was the second.
That was the second one.
First, you couldn't hear either one of us.
We couldn't hear anything, and so we got the belt, the tool belt out. Probably 4 or 5 YouTube videos on how to be a DJ.
It was serious because I had my pants down. I showed my butt crack a little bit. We were working on electronics.
We saw the butt crack. The shit got real. The shit got real. Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning on chaoticradio.com.
Oh, man. Again, the other live morning show we did, I cannot tell you how much more energy we both have.
You know, well, you know, like we said before, first of all, what was playing before us coming on, again, I had to interrupt our own replay. That you know, it's funny and sad at the same time. I wouldn't mind bumping someone else because, you know, hey, it's competition. If Zig's show was a replay, I say, tough shit, Zig, you're out.
Zig?
We're here. We took it over, but we had to interrupt ourselves. Which is always a little bittersweet.
Yeah, I hate when we have to step on ourselves.
We stepping on ourselves.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly. There's something wrong with that.
It's kind of like my everyday life, though, sometimes, because many days I just kick my own ass all day.
Well,
so
you know,
it's the same thing.
Well, you know, we're grown enough where you got to put your own stuff aside for others, you know, but then we just put ourselves aside for ourselves.
No, I'm not into it.
Yeah, so it kind of goes, what, it evens out?
Yeah, I'm more important than me is what I'm trying to tell you.
Come on, people. Exactly.
Well, if we talk about it this way and we're like, okay, I'm putting myself off so you could be on and you're putting yourself on so I could be on, then it all makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go against each other on that. There you go.
So I'm doing it for you. You're doing it for me. We just preempted ourselves so we're on live.
Preempted ourselves.
Man.
Okay, so that works for me. That works for me. I'll send you a nice apology letter later.
Hey, you know what? It's not needed.
It's not needed.
No, I get it. I understand. I understand the road to success has some bumps.
So our Sunday morning show, it's a special live edition of our morning show. We love doing the morning show. This is our second one in, 2 months? But we have a guest we've been trying to get in here for months and months and months. And he said, listen, I can make it on a weekend. And Roy went, bing, I'll see you Sunday morning.
Yeah, we jumped on it. And he was, and you know what? I saw a post from him this morning when I went to hit him up. It was like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I saw that post.
And I'm like, if you notice, he's everywhere. We have Rich Redmond coming in. We're going to talk to him about, studio drummer, touring drummer for Jason Aldean, 20 #1 hits, actor, producer, songwriter,
coffee drinker.
Yeah, definitely a coffee drinker.
Coffee drink, hairstylist extraordinaire. I almost did my hair like him this morning.
I don't have enough to do that.
I just have to, I can still do it. This is still fresh.
You know it's coming, don't you?
Yeah, maybe I'll have him do my hair.
You know it's coming. I could maybe get my back hair in a rich way.
We're gonna coin his coif by the time this show is over.
So, 4 hours ago he was up. We talked to him yesterday, and he didn't realize we were Rancho Cucamonga. He kind of like, wow, that's a haul. And I said, well, we could pick you up. And no, he's just all good, man. I'll be there.
Yeah, the good thing is that it's Sunday morning. The drive-in will be delightful as far as traffic, but ugly as far as the weather.
We're going to talk to you about some of the stuff he does and not some of it, all of it. If you look, we have 2 pages for YouTube. These are all the people. So we'll go over this when he's in, all the people he's worked with and the things he does. Kind of motivational, too. I'm into that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that part of it as well, and just a good guy. Since the first time I talked to him, because Steve Cooper set us up.
Yeah, and we'll get to that when Rich gets in as far as how we heard about this guy. And, a fun guy, multi-talented, multitasking, which is awesome and a bummer at the same time when you analyze your life against it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have time to do this. Well, let's see. Last night he was in Nashville. This week he's here. Now he's going to play for 80,000 people in a stadium. And he's got a recording session. Then he's going to go teach someone, and that takes care of Monday.
Right. You know, and I drove from San Bernardino to Rancho Cucamonga in 115-degree weather with the AC on going, fuck my life.
Right. I know, right.
And what am I going to make myself for dinner?
Man, it cracks me. So he's going to be in here right around 9 o'clock. Looking forward to that. So
absolutely. If you got any questions for him, give us a call here at 909-360-8330. Go to youtube.com, search Chaotic Radio, 2 words, Chaotic with a K. We have a live video stream going on right now and with a chat room. So if you're too shy to call in, definitely hit us up there or on our social media pages. You know how to contact Roy and Jimmy Thing, chaoticradio.com, and through every social media outlet.
Outlet was the word you were looking for.
You like that hang on there? Outlet. That wasn't planned. That's natural talent.
We were all looking for some of that natural talent we both had going like, whoa, what happened to all that? We're not making sound.
Well, we found out we don't have that natural talent on that end. So it's like, you know, I wanted to be the tech support guy. Is it plugged in? And normally we would say, of course it is. But here we're going, you know, hang on.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
There's a lot of wires.
Don't hold me to that right now. Hang tight. Hang tight.
And the funny thing is, it ended up being kind of that issue.
It kind of.
I mean, it had power. It was plugged in, but you know,
we had people unplugging and plugging, but didn't plug and unplug back in. Which is, you know what, it's a bummer. We wanted to be on a half hour ago, but you know what? That is how diverse all the shows here are at chaoticradio.com. Obviously, before us, there was a music show. They used a turntable. We're playing vinyl here at chaoticradio.com. We have music guests in. Greg Dixon's show was on yesterday, 9 to 11 every Saturday. Today, it's going to be the Black Lung Show with our buddy Ryan Pena, 4 to 5. Another music show. Dutchie, the punk DJ, Cat Monroe. We've got talk shows. We've got us, Zig Zone on Monday nights. Raghouse Records, April Duran show. It's just a plethora. So you know what? These glitches I'm okay with because of what we're doing here at chaoticradio.com. And I better get a check for all that I just said. Did anyone say filler?
That was huge, dude. I was just letting you run. Your velvet voice and was just going. I was mesmerized. I was
mesmerized seeing when I go with that. See, that's why I can't write shit down. You know, so I'm the best man at your wedding in a few weeks. You know what's going to happen, right? If I sit and think about what I'm going to say, it's going to be like I never met you.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, once we were in a car and
you know, Roy's always been a tall, skinny man. Wait, that's not him.
That's not him.
That time I saw him open for Jason Aldean. Damn it, that's Rich.
That's Rich.
Yeah, so I can never pre-plan anything like that. So it'll be a surprise what your best man's going to be saying.
Oh, I got a feeling it's going to be a surprise.
It should be a surprise.
Why am I thinking it's not going to be that Budweiser commercial I've seen?
That is so stupid.
You know what I'm talking about.
It is so stupid to watch, but you know what? We can probably just jump clip our relationship that way. And any of our friends, you know what I mean? We can jump clip it and fucking put a medley in together like that and be, yeah, you know what? That works. That happened. Sure.
You know why?
Why?
You know why it would work for us?
Why is that?
Because we're talented.
Except for this.
No, what do you mean except for this? We're live going right now, I think.
We didn't make it happen. I mean, the good thing the camera's not catching all the scotch tape and aluminum foil I got going on in here. We're trying to get some reception in here, man.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I know we're on air because Amy just hit me and said, you guys sound good and you're cracking me up. Nice way to start my Sunday. So that means we're
live
on the air.
We're live on the interwebs.
So thanks for listening in, Miss Amy.
Is that Amy O'Neill, the famous actress in the high desert?
Famous actress in the high desert. Amy, do you know who we have coming in? Another actor person.
Actor
and many other things.
Exactly.
So tune in. We got some stuff for you.
Well, we got to get to some business now. We're on today, so tomorrow we will not be on.
Oh, we won't?
I don't know. Maybe we will.
I didn't know if we were or not.
I don't know.
I'm good either way.
If you see the video, and by the way, thank you everybody for watching our live Facebook video this morning. It's just a blast to know you guys are watching and chatting with us and supporting the show and the station. So it's always a blast for us. So big thanks from Roy and Jimmy. God, I am such a fucking talker today.
God. You know, sometimes we get through one and I'll listen to a show I always listen to him like a few days later,
Right.
to see where I'm at, and I'll tell Jimmy, sorry, I was a little
Chatty.
I was a little chatty because I hear me going and Jimmy going,
But well, you know what? You step back, and this is how a partnership works. This is how a team works. You don't step on each other, man.
No, and we don't. And I'll apologize, and Jimmy goes, dude, we're having fun. Shut up. And I do the
Exactly.
same thing when you go. It's like, let him go. But that's why it's not the Roy thing. It's not the Jimmy thing. It's the Roy and Jimmy thing.
The Roy and Jimmy thing.
You know, I've done it. I've done little stuff, and it's like, you did it the other night, and you're like, man, we had a good time, but you weren't here. It was like, what's up?
Exactly.
It's just not the deal.
I always put our relationship like Jay Leno and David Letterman, their talk shows. You're Jay Leno. Hey, everything's great. I was having a great time and stuff. So what's going on? How's it going? Good. And me, I think, oh, man, this show sucks. I got nothing for you tonight. Yeah, all right. I think I have a show for you. So, we're bouncing that dynamic, so that works out good. So,
No, I say it almost on the end of every show. Couldn't do it without you, and that's true. So we'll get that beside us, but that's a true damn story.
that's what makes us special. So, what's up? We got some business to do.
All right, let's do some.
Let's do some. Do you have the traditional?
Oh, that kind of business.
Yes. Do you have that tradition? What business you're thinking about, Roy?
No, I
It's
just
Sunday morning.
I thought you said business like we were going to get some business bills paid.
Well,
No, I'm good. Let's go. Let's do some business.
let's. You know what? That's probably a great idea because
I could do the business right before we go.
We are so excited to actually be on the air. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Why don't you do the filler part right now? Because you know what we can do?
What?
We can play music in between stuff.
So,
Our commercial breaks would be, I don't know, a nice music break, if you will.
oh,
Wouldn't that be lovely?
that would. Is this where I'm supposed to do the filler part?
Yeah, talk.
Oh, okay. I just checking.
Because the funny part is I'm sitting here at the engineering booth. I'm on camera. And to me, the monitor's right here and the other monitor's here. But if you look on the video, it looks like I'm looking 3 stories up.
Yeah, and you know the good thing about that is?
Huh.
I noticed
What's that?
clean nostrils.
I gotta pride myself on that shit.
No crazy wild hairs, no little bats in the cave. You're looking good, man.
I look like a tourist in Manhattan. I'm just like, oh, there's a commercial. I can't believe it. Look at, wow, that's a tall building. It's not a good look for me. And
No, it is a good look for you.
Oh yeah, because I'm doing that. If I had the neck gobble thing, then I could be chin checking myself right there.
Hey, you give me a bad thing about neck gobble, I got one of those going on. Stop it. You know what? We were looking, and when you do, I'm glad you're doing this camera right here, but I have a feeling you're going to change it when Rich comes in.
Yeah, because we got to put him in a spot where I can see him visually, and also the whole.
Here's the key to success today.
Yes,
Ready? You know what it is?
our branding.
No, ready?
Go.
It's going to go right here on my bald spot. So I'm putting the Roy and Jimmy Thing sticker right on my bald spot.
I like how you think.
I'm doing it. You think I'm not? I'm doing it.
No, I know you're gonna. That's awesome.
Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot.
That is freaking awesome. I love it.
So should I take care of this business right now, or are we done talking?
Yeah, go for it. Let's
right.
get you set up.
So
here.
today, since I don't know if we're going to be on tonight or not tomorrow, we haven't decided yet. Well, hey, just pretend we are because we might.
And
Today, it's 175 days till our new year, 2018. That's 4,216 hours. You on every word yet? 252,973 minutes. Now, if you break that down even more, it's 15,178,385 seconds until Monday, January 1st, 2018. Again, people, Los Angeles time. Not New York time, anywhere else. Just so you know. Not Thomas, not South Dakota time either. A little different there. So you know it's 175 days, 16 hours, 12 minutes, and 44 seconds. Beep. Till the new year. So make your plans now.
That was beautiful.
That was like posted up like some stuff right there. Again, pro.
It's morning fresh is what it is.
We are oozing excellence right now. Ooh, oozing doesn't sound good.
Well, it is. It is the morning. I'm trying not to be a narcissist here.
Do it.
But I look here on my phone. If you see me dipping down here, I'm seeing the response. We got Perry Martin and Lisa just commented on our video. Let's see here. Good morning, sunshines from Lisa. Thank you. Good morning from Arizona. I hope you're surviving. I don't know in Sedona if you get that Phoenix heat, but either way, we're all getting nailed on this stuff. So.
Hot, like sweaty But it's not as balmy.
No, the balminess.
No, not as balmy.
Oh my God, the balminess.
Wow, Thurston just showed up.
We've got balminess. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take our let's take our first break out of here. Let's get everything all reset, and we're gonna have our buddy Rich Redmond in.
He has arrived in the building.
He made the trek.
You know how we know? Because Lucy told me.
That's it. You are listening to the Roy and Jimmy Thing Morning Show, special edition right here on chaoticradio.com. Give us a call, 909-360-8330. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back in just a sec.
Take him along. Got himself a guitar, used to play every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit, and everything's alright. Don't you know?
How about now?
We're going to go in a minute. All right, 30, all quiet.
Welcome back to the Roy and Jimmy thing here at chaoticradio.com. Give us a call, 909-360-8330. The time is here.
The time is here. The reason we're here. The reason the Roy and Jimmy thing is a Sunday morning happening right now.
We'd like to welcome our guest. We've been waiting for since I think I started talking to him in October. And I just talked to him outside saying at one point I knew he was going to say, you know what, dude, just leave me the hell alone. We're going to welcome in Rich Redmond. Rich, what's going on, man?
Morning, guys. How are you?
How was the drive from...
Fantastic. I just like saying Rancho Cucamonga. There's only one other word that's like more fun to say is El Chupacabra.
See, it goes together.
If El Chupacabra was in Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, dude. Sounds like a web series.
Right? That would be awesome.
Hey, we can ride on your coattails. We know you're a producer and a writer and all that. You can make this stuff up. I know you can already.
We'll pitch the show to Bravo, the real El Chupacabra of Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh my God, that's a spelling nightmare.
It's funny. He just said it like a true white guy, El Chupacabra.
Hey, I got to make sure I got it right. I got to make sure I got it right. Welcome, Rich. Thanks so much for coming in, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is great.
This is awesome. Hey, we're on YouTube.com. We're live streaming. Search Chaotic Radio, 2 words, Chaotic with a K, and look at Rich's pretty face and our 2 mugs.
It's a pretty rock and roll title, Chaotic with a K.
That's right. We got to hit that K hard.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what makes us different. Otherwise, we'd just be chaotic. And you spell chaotic with a C-H-A-O, right? Chaotic?
C-H, yeah.
How sharp was that?
Boom.
Boom.
Hey, is this show usually on Sundays, or is this a special edition?
Special edition just because of you.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you for coming in. You were like, well, no, I can't do Mondays because you have when you're in town, you have things going Monday nights. So it's very important. And then when I saw he was going to be in town again, I thought, well, what if he's still doing it? He goes, no, I'm still doing that, which is awesome. I mean, it's good.
Thank you.
And so I started reaching around. Well, I'm off this Sunday, maybe?
Sunday.
And he said, as soon as he said, yeah, Jimmy, down. Put it down. Get
it down. Please, write it down. Write it down.
Thanks, guys, very much. Yeah, no, I've got an acting coach. He's very possessive, and he just wants me on Monday night. We drill a lot on Monday, so we have a good time.
Well, how's that going?
It's going really well. I'm actually, not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I'm playing the role of a character named Chris Isaac. He's kind of like a douchey radio host.
Is that why you're here? So now I know why you showed up.
So he's heard the show before.
He's a douchey radio host in a horror feature. It's like a real feature with a real budget and real actors, and I'm going to be interviewing one of the main starlets. It's going to be really fun. It shoots in Nashville. It's called All Light Will End.
Okay, that's the one I see. That's the one I see that's filming.
Yeah.
You also have Reawakened.
Yeah, Reawakened is done. I think they're putting some finishing touches on it. They're going to do a cast party / red carpet event, hopefully coming up at a theater here somewhere in Los Angeles. So that was good. That was 2 years ago that we shot that. I died a glorious death. My neck was slit wide open.
No.
I saw that picture, yeah.
It's really fun.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see the picture now you said that.
Hey, even if the thing never, I sure hope it does well, but if it never sees the light of day, everyone needs to die a glorious death in a horror movie.
In a horror movie. I've done glorious deaths on stage, but never in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that.
We've done that. That hurts.
Well, yeah, if you're a comedian, you're dying a glorious death. That is not good.
No, but it hurts. I'd rather have my throat slit, I think. It's pretty bad sometimes.
But you have to, I mean, as you know, the best comedians bomb. You know, that's how you learn and grow and get your best material, right? And
that's it. That's what they say.
that's how you get your thick skin.
What we call the term we call it is everyone has to eat shit once in a while.
Just straight up. Shit.
And speaking of eating shit, we got to thank our buddy Steve Cooper for letting us in, giving us hooking us up with you.
What an amazing segue.
Yeah, when I'm sure he'll appreciate that there. But you know, I first saw he was doing one of his infamous Steve Cooper live Facebook feeds.
Oh yeah, on the stoop with Coop.
Yeah, on the stoop with Coop, and that's when I kind of saw you. It was the one you were on, and he hit us. He goes, "You got to hook up with Jimmy. Him and Roy have a show." And like I said, we've been waiting since then, and it's been awesome wait for that. But yeah, Coop and his famous Facebook live videos.
Yeah, everybody check out CooperTalk.net. The guy's got like 800 episodes of interviewing musicians and actors. He's a really great interviewer.
Yeah, I just listened to the one you did with him last year. And just off the bat, me and you already have a simpatico commonality.
What's that?
We are both from Connecticut.
Oh my God, yeah. I was born in Norwich, Connecticut, raised in Milford, Connecticut, wherever those are. I don't know. I left before I could drive. We moved to El Paso, Texas, about as far as away you can get from Connecticut.
Yeah, I was born in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And just down the 80 from Hartford. But, you know, for such a small state, I'm just like you. Norwalk, I don't know where any of this is. You know, I just know that little hobbit or little town that I'm from, and a couple little outskirts, and but you know that's where all my family is. But you say Connecticut, I went there. We go. We're lifelong friends.
Yeah, we just have a family reunion once a year at the Mohegan Sun because I always play the Mohegan Sun, and everybody comes out and we all catch up, and it's awesome.
That's the only time Connecticut seems like a big state is when you drive from the city to Mohegan Sun. I did that drive, and it's like I was a little kid. Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Totally.
But a beautiful casino out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a stretch for them.
Yeah, we love it. We love it out there. The Wolf Den. I played in a million bands at the Wolf Den, and of course now we're playing the big room, which is always fun. And yeah, like family comes out and we all catch up, and it's a good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
So on the acting thing, we did that. A Christmas on Repeat. That one's announced. That's another.
Yeah, there's some things happening. You know, my thing is I'm just getting my training. You know, and you know, my coach and I went to the Smokehouse, a Hollywood institution, and you know, we're Clooney, and everybody goes and does lunch. You know, with the red leather couches and seats and stuff, very old Hollywood. And we just kind of looked around and kind of said, you know, hey man, you've been at this for 2 years, and you should be very proud of yourself. You could pick up a script, you could do a cold read, you got representation in 2 cities, you have an acting manager. It's like you're in the game, man. Good for you. So we just kind of celebrated and had a lunch the other day at the Smokehouse.
That's awesome. I mean, when you said you're in the game, it reminded me of one of the things you did on one of your videos where you disliked when people called themselves aspiring anything.
Don't aspire. You either do or you don't.
It was one of my favorite things, just because I've actually used it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, wait a minute, I'm an aspiring actor, or me, an aspiring comic, or a radio, but I'm not. Have you done it? Yeah. Are you paid for it? Yeah. Well, that's what you're doing.
You're a comic, bro.
Yeah, right. And it's one of the coolest things I've heard anyone say, and I'm kind of into that realm. I've been with a couple different guys. I'm a Tony Robbins fan. I've been to his events.
Oh, sure.
I've done some work with Kyle Cease and other people and watch other people. And when I heard that, it just made so much sense because it's almost like you downgrade what you do. Yeah. It's like, oh, no, I'm trying. What do you want to try for? You're really doing it.
You own it. You just own it. You just own it. You live it. Every day you get out of bed and you work on getting better at it. And you enjoy the process.
Yeah, I think you got to enjoy the process part. Yeah, that's hard to do sometimes when you eat shit on stage.
Yeah, the journey is the thing, you know.
But when you look back on the journey, it was awesome. But when you're in it, sometimes it doesn't. But see, that's how you stay busy. You're always busy. The journey to you seems like something you really enjoy.
Oh yeah, you know. I mean, we're just being creative in different ways. You know, whether I'm, you know, teaching. Yesterday, I did a master class for like 30 kids, and it was great. And all the kids got to get up and play. And I said, look, come to this master class, and you'll get immediate advice from me on the spot about how to up your game and improve. Get feedback for immediate improvement. It was a really awesome day. And so whether I'm teaching or whether I'm playing or recording, And, you know, I've produced some records and written some songs, and all along the way, you're developing relationships with people that do these wonderful things. And so it's just an ongoing thing, man, and people make the whole thing happen.
Well, you know, you've mentioned before, you know, the networking and the making the friends. But, you know, one of the fun things about being in any kind of profession is, and no matter how long you're into it, you like helping others, you know, their advice, or you see someone stuck on something you were stuck on maybe, you know, and it is actually kind of fun. And, you know, to say, hey, listen, you know what? This is what happened to me. Maybe this can work for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, the helping and tutoring is really one of the fun things that I enjoy doing, and I know Roy does too.
Oh, my God. Teaching and mentoring are so powerful, you know, because, you know, you reap what you sow. You put out this great energy and information into the world. And, you know, I've been in Nashville 20 years, and that's been a journey. And everyone's it's the new hip city, so people are moving there. And then people knock on my door on Facebook, and they say, like, any advice on how to do this? And I'm just saying, well, we can get together and talk about it. But here it really is like, show up with a smile on your face, never have a bad day, always execute at the highest level, make lots of friends, you know, exceed expectations, and don't be in a rush. It's a marathon, not a sprint, you know. And I say, there you go. That's going to save 5 years off your journey. Right there.
Just like, here, you got 5 minutes, I got 5 years.
This is going to save you 5 years.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, and everyone's going to tell you when you start that, you know, if they should tell you that you're going to have some roadblocks, you're going to have some downtime, and then you're going to, but those peaks are going to be worth it. You know, when you have a great, we have a great set, you know, or you have a great show, you know, and the next one maybe falls down for whatever reason it is, equipment, mood, you know what I mean? But you can't say, well, I'm done, I'm over. This is awful. You know, you hit the journey, you keep going, and when you look back, that journey is like, you know, remember that time I ate shit at that show? Oh my God, it's one of my funnest nights ever. Yeah. You know, because you learn from that. You know, and everyone goes in with you when you have a bad set or a bad time. It's like, yeah, you know, I've been there, buddy, no problem. You know, you keep going, keep going.
Yeah, totally. And in a band, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And, you know, the band I've been playing with 18 years, we've been playing music together. We finish each other's sentences, and there's a kind of an unwritten communication that's body language. It's, I don't know, Aquaman and the fish, you know, like doo, 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 doo. It's just another level of communication that comes from being around people for 18 years and having a similar mindset. And I mean, I see these guys more than I see my parents, my blood brothers, anyone in my family, and I've missed weddings and funerals and graduations and everything.
Well, yeah, you have to, and you know, and that there, as we talked earlier, that's a marriage right there, because you can do a glance, a look. You don't have to. You have to say, man, I have a problem with that moment. You know, me and Roy can just look at each other through the glass here and go, really, without saying it. You know?
I mean, my band that has outlasted both of my marriages, and that is crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, you know, I've known Roy since 5th grade, so
that's cool.
That's like one of my longest relationships. You know, it's not always roses. You know what I mean? It's your buddy. You got to talk to him.
Hey,
I'm sorry to break this to you,
what
but
the hell?
I figured I'd break it to you on air.
On air, right? What's that all about?
It's not always roses?
Give you that reality show thing. I just need dramatic music right now.
But I mean, for people who don't listen, you are the drummer, recording and touring drummer for Jason Aldean. Yeah. If you're listening and don't know that, you should. What the hell's the matter with you? But I mean, not only that, but I mean, all the people. I made a list of just people you played with. I'm kind of prepared, and I'm like,
we don't have time for this.
Are you no? But I mean, if you just go through it, are you kidding me? I mean, how is this? Just obviously you're good at what you do, but how do you? Is it just the networking part? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, a lot of those people that I've played with have been a result of that 18-year relationship. You know, and some of those things are a single recording. Some of them are a tour. Some of them are a television show. Like playing with Bob Seger, Ludacris, Kelly Clarkson, like probably the top 10 people on that list are all as a result of me, you know, playing with Aldean and his band for the last 18 years. So, you know, really, really incredible stuff. And all those people, you know, just they put their pants on one leg at a time. They have to pay taxes. They have to go to the bathroom. I just remember that. Like, it's like, there's Bob Seger. I am playing with Bob Seger, but he has to pay taxes and he goes to the bathroom and all that stuff. stuff. So I just, I never get starstruck,
Well, you have that moment of inner starstruck, and you're just like, holy shit, that's Bob Seger.
This is happening. I'm playing Summer of '69 with Brian Adams.
Yeah, but then the next time you see him, you're like total peers and stuff. Hey, Bob. Hey, Rich, what's going on?
Well, it was cool working with him because he was actually a fan of our music, and he actually knew our names, and he was just a gentleman. Usually the people, in my experience, that have stayed in the business 10, 15, 20, 30 years, they're there for a reason, and they're the nicest people. The one single out fly by night, super insecure people are usually not super nice, and they're a flash in the pan.
Oh, exactly.
They come and go.
Yeah, and when you meet all these people, you're surprised that you're meeting them, and second of all, you're surprised that they're that open and friendly.
Yeah.
And then they remember you the next time, or are familiar with your work.
Yeah, sometimes you play with somebody, and you'll be backstage at an award show in Vegas or whatever, and you see them across the room, and you get the head, you get the head nod, like, yeah, we had a good time together, man. That was a special night, man. Hope you're doing. I got all that from a head nod.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well.
That's the right nod. You know what it is. It wasn't. See, for us, it might be one of these. That's the shake. It's a little different thing. You do the nod, and then they do the. You're like, oh man, I was throwing good vibes, and they didn't throw it.
Or it's like when you see a super famous actor at the smokehouse, and then you don't want to bother me. You're just like, I know who you are, dude, and I've seen all your stuff. Good job.
Right.
I had to work out a plan to meet famous people. When we started doing comedy, you're meeting these people, and you're like, can't believe they're right here. So I was at the Comedy Store, and I saw comic and actor Chris D'Elia, and instead of going, I'm a big fan, oh my god, because I'll turn into a teen girl.
He was on Undateable, right?
Undateable, great show.
Yeah.
So I went up. My thing is, I go up to people and I'll just give them a little pat on the shoulder. Hey, Chris, great to see you, man. And then I walk away. I'm out. I don't want to hear from you. I just boom. Next time I saw him, he knew I was that cool dude. Hey, Jimmy, how you been?
Nice.
I bring it up that way without being the starstruck. Oh my god, I can't believe this. And then I worked with him on a show. It's like, hey, good to see you again. Then we got to do a show together.
He's super tall, right?
Yeah, he's tall. He's about as tall as I am.
That's rare, to have. Actors are usually tiny little people.
Right, but they appear.
Damn it! I'll never make it.
They appear big on the screen. You're just like, holy cow!
Damn it! Just crushed my dreams. In
You're
that little
crushed.
Thing. I did my first acting play just a few months ago. I had just visions, and now you just crushed them that quick. Thanks for coming, Rich.
No.
Right. But have you ever met somebody that was like a true idol, and kind of got that little geeked out a little bit? Just a little.
I've met a lot of my heroes, that were in magazines and they were on my wall, next to my drum set. And what's crazy is that they're now kind of like, I don't want to say colleagues, but we find ourselves at the same events.
Your peers,
yeah. And we, and you're like,
You're the same nod, right?
It is very cool. And because I do like these camps now, I call them my drummers weekends, and so my 5th annual one's coming up in Nashville in November, and I basically just literally hire the world's greatest drummers to mentor kids for like 72 hours. And the kids not only get to be around them and learn from them, but they break bread with them. And it's just kind of this, white glove experience. They ride around in limos and they've got a hotel package. And so, I'm hiring guys, like, Kenny Aronoff that was with John Fogerty and Mellencamp for years and years. And I mean, just like this year, I'm probably going to have Taylor Swift's drummer, Carrie Underwood's drummer, and they're just going to hang out with these 25 kids for 3 days.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So the kids are like, dude, Rich, thanks for doing this. I'm like, well, hey man, you paid to be here. This is what you get.
Well, yeah, you give them and you immerse them in the experience, which is great.
It's an experience.
We've done the boot camp stuff, like Kyle Cece mentioned, and Louis Anderson. They didn't have it at a bar or a hall. They had it at the Comedy Store.
So it's like a comedic boot camp.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, it wasn't teaching you how to be funny. It was teaching you how to let go of any inhibitions that hold your way, and it started applying to life, not only just for stand up. It's like what's your true self? What are you trying to show to people? That's your joke. That is your bit. You present it, but let's get the stumbling blocks out of the way.
Can you teach funny? It's like you either have it or you don't, and then you kind of fine tune the delivery. Right?
I believe you have it. I don't. Some people disagree, but I really don't think you can teach funny.
You can teach them how to say a joke.
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just your own voice is your own voice.
Yeah, the writing's got. I mean, it's got to be there. Like everyone's like, do you stand up? Because it seems like a lot of people in Los Angeles that are trying to get on sitcoms or they're working on their comedic chops. They'll go and they'll do open mics and stuff, and then it's part of their repertoire. What they do, they keep that chop up. And I'm like, no, I've never done it. I said I would do it. I would do 5 minutes. But the writing has got, I mean, it's got to be 5 minutes of insane right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook. Because I don't want to die that death.
Well, you know, it's like you're, yeah, exactly. Well, it's like you. I've seen a couple of your videos where you're on stage. You know, I think it was Country Fest or something like that. Just huge audience. The camera's behind you.
Yeah.
You know, and it applies to everybody really in a profession. The hardest thing to do is be yourself on stage. You know, so you can't sit there and play drums and play a set and just be real tight thinking of, oh my God, how did John Bonham do it? How did you know what I mean?
I forgot to pay my electric bill.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You look like you're at home with the headphones on going, this is my jam. You know what I mean? You're just flailing, you're open, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And then as comics and including Cooper, you have to be that guy who made him laugh in the garage at the party on the stage too. So
Yeah.
if you're not up there with the headphones on, just having a ball, we're not going to believe you. It shows in your playing. You know what I mean? And that just lets people go, you know, we're all having a great time. They're here for us, and we're doing this.
Yeah, it seems like the funniest people don't have a gag or even a tagline. I mean, there's the tagline guys are cool, but the Robin Williams who just like go up there and just just eviscerate yourself
Right.
at any expense.
Exactly. Yeah.
So real.
Yeah, you know, and there's a good thing and a bad thing about that because I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But second of all, you're free enough to talk about something we have no idea you're talking about.
Where is he going?
Where is he going? But that keeps you in it too, you know? Like I said, I really enjoyed your stage presence with your videos, and you were just killing it.
Oh, man.
That one, the music fest, I forgot the name of it. But
CMA Music Fest?
Yes, that one there, that video. That's a great video, great perspective view too, what you see.
I just put a GoPro behind me. You know,
Yeah.
the GoPro is so, like I tell my students, it's so affordable. It's a great way to learn. You just use one on Craigslist or whatever. You put it up, and you can put it in different parts of the kit, and you're going to learn so much about your posture, your body mechanics, like if you're playing too much or too little, and then just everything, your technique, your showmanship, everything.
Yeah, the showmanship, that's definitely the word I was looking for right there. I mean, I'm a fan of drummers in any band. That is my deal. I love, I won't brag, but my air drum shit is on point. And so there's no way I could do it for real. I've been air drumming way too long. It's just not going to happen. But, you know, I always look at the drummer. They're keeping the beat. They're energetic. You know, I'm just fixated on the drummer when I'm watching a local band at a bar or even at a concert.
Yeah, then there's two kinds of music, like good and bad, but both kinds of music need a drummer.
They do.
Either way
Absolutely.
you go.
You know, and sometimes they're the unsung heroes. You know, there's a show here called The Zig Zone who's on before us on Monday nights, and he's a drummer. He's been in a band. So once a month he has a show called The Drum Clinic. So he has drummers in, and I've engineered that show a couple times.
Cool.
And we talk drums, and I totally get into it. I'm like, yeah, the beat on this guy, you know, and I love that drummer.
Hey, look at the beat on this guy.
Look at
the beats on that broad.
This freaking guy.
No, I'm glad you like drummers. I just, I just need more women to like drummers. I'm single now, ladies.
Well, you know, there's no way they're going to put that drum.
It's on.
They're not going to put the drum kit in the front. So it's like,
I know.
I mean, I do appreciate when they kind of put them off the side and the right, kind of in the front. You're like, well, you know, that ain't right. But look at that. We can see the drummer.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Give the drummer some loving.
Did you always have that attitude when you drum though? I know you even talk about it, but there's the different attitude you do and the energy you put off when you drum. Did you always have that, or is it something that is that what you felt, or is it just like
you have to have like a presence and like a natural charisma? I think I mean, there are some people that. The drummer in a symphony orchestra you can't take those liberties. You're wearing your tuxedo and you're counting measure. I mean, I've done that too. But even if you're playing a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a pool party or something, you take your presence and your confidence behind the kit to any of those gigs. Of course, you might have to play softer. Like that bar mitzvah, you're probably not going to be able to play too loud.
you could crank on the you could do that, right?
The chicken dance.
There's a YouTube video I just got reminded myself of. It's called "Drummer at the Wrong Gig."
Oh my God!
Have you seen that one?
That's my buddy Steve. He's awesome.
Is it really?
He's actually a great drummer.
It's like it's a mellow cover band, like at a wedding kind of thing, and the drummer's back there just boom, boom, just showing
his
it.
timing
up.
is amazing. He doesn't miss a beat.
Not one.
And yeah, he was able to do some. He was on The Office. He was on The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a guest star on The Office.
It's such a great video to watch because he's not overplaying. He's not losing the beat. Everyone just seems so dead in wax figures, and this guy's just back there twirling and just
It's awesome.
hitting
And
the
I
snare hard.
still have never asked him if he planned it as like a comedic thing to try to go viral, or if it was just a thing where he really does play with that band, and they let him do that thing, and they just happened to capture it on video because it's a viral video.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's such a joy to watch him do that because you go, this guy is purely enjoying what he does, life, no matter where he's at. You
He's
know?
so good.
It's a great video.
That's funny. Good pull. I can't. That was like probably a year and a half. I saw it the first time.
Yeah,
drummer at the wrong
gig, and you're like, what could this ever be? And then you click on it, and you go, man, this guy's awesome. This guy is just great. Well, drummer, is that what you've always wanted to do in music, drumming, or
Totally. Yeah. And I've been playing drums since 1976 when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Stop. We're way
So what do
older.
you get a
Don't even
couple?
start.
You just get about.
But I mean, people are like, "How long you been playing the drums?" Like I'll get picked up in an Uber or something, and then you start chatting with the girl or whatever, and it's like 40 years I've been playing the drums. But it takes that time. It takes the 10, 20,000 hours in the trenches, to get good at a skill. And it was just a calling. I think I knew that I was going to do this, man. I got the bug at a young age, and then. The Synchronicity came. The Police put out Synchronicity, and then Alex Van Halen's playing on 1984, and then I was hooked, and then I was just in, and then I ended up along the way. My backup plan was to study classical percussion, so I have my master's degree in classical percussion and music education. So if at some time I get tired of touring, I could move to Middle America and get the little jacket with the patches on the elbows and pass out the syllabus and be a professor. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I could.
But I could.
Yeah.
I think you need a leather jacket with little patches.
That's
on,
the jam.
and then you could.
Yeah.
Come on, you need a little bit of
That's
you
making it
into the
right there.
classroom.
Everyone has that collect something, or they have a fetish, or I love leather. I mean, I have a million leather jackets. It's my thing.
That's my thing. That's my style right there.
I had a lot of leather jackets. I can't. I only had 2. You got to kill a whole cow to put a leather jacket.
It's
on
not
there.
vegan friendly. None of these jackets are vegan.
No.
Jacket. But you could get like 4 jackets out of a cow. I mean, I got a whole probably cow for 1 jacket.
This thing is. Yeah, it was a cow on a diet.
It was a cow on a diet. Let's don't go.
I wish the listeners could feel this. It is nice.
It is nice. It is like.
Well, one of the things I really enjoyed about knowing about you and other drummers is, you play with Jason Aldean for all these years, and that's a specific format, country music.
Yeah.
Country rock, really.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that you play with Kelly Clarkson. I appreciated hearing about, again, on Cooper Talk about, like the Faces, and you just mentioned the Police. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys where I'm multi-genre.
Yeah, sure.
Depending on the mood, I can listen to anything.
Yeah, I think we put labels on music because back in the day we had to put them in the appropriate section of the record store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not a big believer in putting labels on music. It's just it either moves you or it doesn't. And my goal back in the day was to be able to play on a film score and play in a symphony orchestra and back up a rock band or play, crazy fusion music at the Big Potato. Just like I wanted to do everything. And sometimes, you just an opportunity is created or you create an opportunity and you get known for doing something. And then that becomes the box that you're in.
Exactly.
And you have to work actually hard to let people know, no, I'm not in that box. I'm not in a box. But it actually, I have peace with people calling me a country rock drummer because it's better to be known for something than nothing at all.
Well, it's one of those monikers where you say, you're a country rock drummer with Jason Aldean for 13 years. And, he's also played with Taylor Swift. He's played with it. And everyone's going, oh, okay, great. This is that. You know what I mean? That's your headline, and everything else is your supporting resume right there,
Yeah, totally.
It's like, this guy just branches out. One of the things me and Roy came across, just like you, when you find yourself being in the box, when you recognize that moment to get out of it, it's like, I'm going to be known as this guy. I don't want to be known as a guy, the one thing.
Sure.
Branch out. Let's do some voiceover. Let's do something else, and enhance the others with what you're doing now.
Yeah, and I still haven't gotten a really, really good paying voiceover job. But the thing is that, I was at a party the other night and someone said, hey, well, I'm always looking for new voiceover people. I was like, no problem. I'm going to send you my, just can I send you my demo in an email tomorrow? Oh yeah, send it on. So
Absolutely.
you got to have the tools because those moments will happen when someone says, "Oh, get me your stuff." You got to have the stuff ready to go.
One of the things with Kyle Cease teaching us, telling us is expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Be prepared for the unexpected.
Yeah, don't expect success,
No.
but prepare for
Be
it.
prepared for it because the moment may happen or may not. But if you're not ready for any moment to happen to you, and it's your talent, you need to be responsible for yourself.
Sure.
At that time.
I remember when that comes up, I remember Jimmy and I, we were at the Lovitz Club when it was open. And we had just started. We were probably 6 months in. Maybe not even that. Maybe less than that, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And we're there, and they used to, Fraser Smith, who was an idol of ours type of guy, radio and comic. And he used to do a showcase on Wednesdays. And Jimmy and I would go. And we'd sit in the back and have a drink and watch and see how this thing's all working. And one of the servers came up, saw us there all the time, says, "Hey, they're short on talent tonight. You guys want to go up?"
And you're like, "No shit."
Well, here's the problem. We would have went, but we sat there and looked at each other like,
"Do we have material?"
I don't know. Are we good?
I don't know if we're ready.
We're
I don't
ready?
know if we're ready. We doubted ourselves.
freaked out forever and never went up. And it's like you hit us today, and we're like, I don't care. It's you're in a line at an airport. Hey, okay, I'll do it. I mean, it's that thing that was an opportunity missed because we weren't ready. We weren't ready to go. We didn't have whatever it was to say, no, I don't care. We're going to do it. Whether it was a bad experience or a good experience, we should have taken it.
Yeah, totally.
But we were freaked out.
Have you guys seen that I'm Dying Up Here on HBO or Showtime or whatever? It's the Jim Carrey show?
Yeah.
I have a DVR. I'm one of those guys.
I have some 3 episodes in. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Sean Williams talks about that all the time.
Yeah, I watch Crashing on HBO. The similarities when you see all that, you're just like, yeah, I've been through that.
It was the Crashing, that was a Judd Apatow thing.
Judd Apatow thing, yeah. With
just one season, right?
so far, they're coming back for 2.
Okay, great.
But yeah, so you have this comic going through his life problems and still wanting to go for the stand-up comic, but doing the shitty gigs that build up. Then you meet the one guy, gives you the great feature spot, and we all can relate to that,
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting to take the time to watch I'm Dying Up Here because the book was awesome.
Crashing, I got to remember that.
Yeah, Crashing on HBO.
So,
yeah.
so there it is. How do you find time to watch that stuff? I mean,
It's
really
funny is that they're not watching shows in real time anymore. They're doing the binge watching thing, and I can't. It's the old man in me. I cannot get away from having cable, and when I am home, doing the surfing in my in my chair, the old man thing where you just like, what's on,
Yeah.
and you, like, I know I need to just can't. It's just a stupid bill to have cable because I'm never home and just like watch everything on my device. So I think I'm going to finally do it. It's just try to break the habit, because these crazy kids, they watch things they never watch things in real time. But I love saying like, oh, Sunday night I'll be home. Yeah, I'll watch HBO. They rerun it.
Right. And on demand and all that, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to cancel cable.
I do the same thing because it's so much easier to find what you want to watch quickly on your device, iPad, iPhone, whatever smartphone you have. But to take that time, like you said, sit on the couch, get the remote out. Honestly, when I do that, I fall asleep because it's just like it's a dead time for me.
Yeah.
But I can watch it on my phone and catch up on a stand-up bit I saw or the news or a series.
There's something nice though about like getting on your leather couch and pouring a bottle of wine, and like lighting a candle, and then just
when you can do that,
having man time.
Yeah, I'm so used to being on the go as you are.
Yeah.
You have your work, you have your gigs, you're writing, we're editing the radio shows. When you sit on the couch, it's like that's nothing to do. Even though you want to watch, I have a 50-inch TV that I don't watch so much, but I'll catch up so quickly on my phone, and just like, okay, I got it, good. I got to see Rich's videos. I was home alone last night with a big TV, and I'm watching you on this, going, there he is, next one. It's so easy. It was easier to access everything this way, going, oh, Rich, and then there's all the links. You like your gear down or your gear video.
Oh, my gear rundown. That's my buddy Jim McCarthy. So we have these people that come into our lives and they champion. I'm like, why do you like me so much? Certain people just believe in you no matter what. And he was like, we're ready. We got to do another gear rundown. And he kind of shoots it like MTV Crib style, where it's like, there's music and voiceover and an interview, and people eat that stuff up. They love gear. They're like, what are you playing? What's the sizes? What's the dimension? I'm not a gear guy. So I have to learn to go, oh, yeah, it's like a 10 by 12-inch tom, and this is 16 by 16.
It was that symbol with the holes in it. What'd you call that one?
It's it's the holy china.
The holy china. And is that a 20, 21? It's a 21 inch. But you know, when a lot of people I think of drummers as you're just slapping them, you just slapping around. You got the sticks, you're going like how I air drum. Right. Oh, yeah, I got this, boom, memorize it, be done with it.
Yeah.
But then when you watch something like how you put up on there, the techniques, just the gear rundown for one.
That's a lot, man. It's a lot.
That is overwhelming. But then I watched the train effect video.
The train beat.
The train beat.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, that seems simple enough. And then you do the variations, and then you split the time. You say, well, this could be a 1/8, this could be 1/16. You got the downbeat, the upbeat, and then you're like this. I'm going, wow. I mean, the dedication, what people don't realize what you guys go through just for a simple beat like that, you know?
Oh, there's a lot of working drummers out there that you would know that are household names that can't play a train beat. They would not be allowed into this Tennessee state line.
I did end up seeing one where a gal actually did it, and she was using the brushes, because you mentioned the brushes in the beginning, and it's a whole different sound at that point, more traditional, I guess, with the brushes.
Yeah, it's like Johnny Cash, old school.
You can hear the
Randall
brushes.
Opry.
You can hear the brushes sliding like that. It was. I learned.
Yeah, I'm staring at a Johnny Cash poster right now. He's flipping us off.
He's flipping us off.
That's like Johnny said.
Did you have a drummer specifically when you were younger that was like I love watching? Like I love watching Dave Grohl.
Sure. I loved, I loved this guy named Carmine Appice, that he played with Vanilla Fudge.
Rod Stewart.
And Rod Stewart. And like he was a hero, and I had all of his records and his instructional book called Realistic Rock. And then I ended up meeting him years later. And then I host I MC an event called Breast Cancer Can Stick It, called Drumathon.
Yeah, we saw the last one. Dude. That was huge.
And I got to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, on the drums, one of my childhood heroes. And so, like I said, you reap what you sow. Eventually, you will meet your heroes if you stay in the game long enough. So, yeah, he was a big hero. And he checked out a guy named Gene Krupa, who was a household name before Ringo, for like 30 years. All the housewives loved Gene Krupa because he was this good-looking Italian guy that brought the drums to the forefront. And so, yeah, these guys are all heroes, man. Pretty cool.
Man, that is awesome. We had one of my favorite comics is Bill Burr.
Oh, yeah, he's a drummer.
He's a drummer.
I know.
Yeah.
Cooper keeps trying to connect me with him so, like, we can do, like, a jam or a lesson or something.
But you hear him talking like he had a John Bonham kit forever. Thinking, he hurt his foot trying to get his beats down on the bass. And then I think it was a few months ago, he said, you know what, I got to quit trying. It gets to that point where I don't want to be like my idol anymore. I got to get my style going on. So he got rid of his Bonham kit, and now he's into that thing like, I could use this instead of that, where you customize your kit like you do.
Yeah, like years ago, everyone was playing the two toms up front and then one floor tom. And then one day I just took that middle tom out, and it was just the tom up top and the two floor toms like Bonham. And no one was doing that in Nashville, and now like everybody just does that Bonham. I'm not taking credit for it, but like things like that happen. It's like
we evolve as it moves on.
We change our setup, and that changes the way you play and stuff. But we're the sum of our influences. We're like we're snowflakes. We make our own kind of like special brew. So I put a dash of Gene Krupa in there, some Dave Grohl in there, some Stuart Copeland. You mix it all up, and it comes out in your own unique thing.
Yeah, exactly. It applies to anything like our stand-up, like one of my heroes is George Carlin. You memorize the bit, but then you can't do George Carlin as you. And so you go, well, he hits it right here. I can put that effect on there, So it's kind of like putting our drum kit together for on stage. I love the way he delivers the punchline. That's my style.
Love it.
But then the opener for this guy is the way I like to come in. And like you said, over the years, you just kind of put your snare here, you put your drum here, you put your hi-hat right there.
And it's kind of hard, though, because at some point, I have before where I'll listen to someone. I did a show that Jimmy was at, and I was trying to find a different way to approach stuff. And I watched Louis C.K. like crazy.
God.
I was watching
so
like crazy, and I'm like, man, because he gets so deep. He writes so deep, and so I'm like, yeah. And I went and did a show, and I don't want to copy anybody, but I go out and do it, and I get done, and Jimmy's like, you've been watching CK? Yeah, why? And I listened to it. I'm like, oh my God, my cadence was that way. I looked down. I even wore the same kind of clothes. I wore black.
That's right. When I saw the black T-shirt, I went, uh-oh, here he goes. Yeah,
you can't go wrong with a black T-shirt.
But what At what point do you put all that in and still become you instead of becoming a girl or becoming somebody else?
Yeah.
And you have to keep your own spin on it. I mean, do you fight that?
I don't know. You know what's cool is that, Nashville forever was you were either a road musician or you were a studio musician. There was like a clear line in the sand. And when I moved in town in 1997, I said, I will never be either one of those things. I will always be both of those things. Because I find that if I'm touring with somebody, they'll notice that there's a high level of execution and accuracy and musicianship, and so they'll invite me to be in the studio. And if I get hired to be someone's session drummer, then they like my live energy and it's mostly energy, the word that people bring up, and energy and enthusiasm. Those things are very contagious. So then they'll hire me to. So both of those worlds kind of feed each other. And so for years, the expectation in Nashville was for the road guys to just copy the studio drummer things like note for note. And then early on, I got really lucky. I was in a band called Rush Low. We got signed to Lyric Street Records. I was on tour playing my own drum parts. And then we went and started playing with Jason Aldean, and we immediately started recording with him. So I've been only playing myself, in Nashville since like 2003, which is really, 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 really cool. So it's a gift. It's a unique opportunity to have been given this situation to be my own self instead of having to copy somebody else.
Well, it's like you said, they always told stand-ups, 7 years to find your voice, and it's like you said 5 years. Give it 5 years to get your bearings, to get your, work it all out.
Yeah, Nashville's a 5-year town for sure. And people were like, I don't have that kind of time. I mean, it could happen. It could happen the first day. You can walk into town and go and meet some, person at the coffee bar, and next thing you know, you're on tour with somebody or writing some smash hit. But usually it's 5 years to meet enough people to quit your day job and to be fully engaged in the community of Nashville.
Well, you have to go to college to be a doctor. You have to do that for a lawyer, pretty much any profession, So that is basically your university, your time. It could happen quicker. You could be smarter than the other guy, rush through in 3 years. But it's just fine tuning. It's all school.
Well, no, or they can meet you the first 5 minutes they're in Nashville. They ask you that question. You give them 5 minutes, and they give you that secret to cut 5 years off that you gave us earlier.
Yeah.
What was it? Be nice. What was it?
Show up on time with a smile.
See, I got to write it down.
Have a great. You have the expectation. You're expected to be an amazing musician. That's an expectation, and then it's the others, the soft skills, the people skills. Your bedside manner, your presence, your personality, your professionalism, return every phone call, text, and message, and show up with great gear, and be dressed for success, and all that stuff.
Well, it's be respectful, be thankful, and if you have any problems with all that, then you deal with that later somewhere else. But you just don't disrespect where you're at. Any gig is a great gig. You should appreciate the opportunity that it comes along at any time.
Gratitude.
Well, and
gratitude, yes.
Who told us that at one of the things? Remember Tom Wilson?
Tom Wilson told us. The guy who played Biff on Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
He does stand-up too, and he was one of the
kills.
speakers there, and he was straight out going, "This is not your life. This is your job.
Right.
Do your time and leave." Don't let it, obviously be in your craft, but don't let it consume your life. I'm going to be on stage. Go fuck yourself. I got this. That kind of attitude.
But it was like, it was be on time, be nice, and
don't be a dick.
And
pretty much that was it.
Be
Because
a dick.
do those things and good things will happen for you. Because people remember, they might not say anything to you, but a club owner later is going to go, that guy's a jack. He remembers.
But and then you have the talent. He'll say, that guy's so fun, but man, what a pain in the ass when he comes through.
Some people are so good at what they do that people will put up with their bullshit.
Exactly.
But it doesn't usually turn into a career that lasts 30 years.
No,
Right.
exactly. And the people try to do the shortcut between the 5 and the 7 years. There'll be a flash in the pan because sometimes you may make it in 2 years, but you need the 5 to have the longevity.
And you have to fight through all the negative Nellies and naysayers, and they will be there at the beginning, the middle, and the end.
It's part of the process.
And keep at it. Not showing up, keep at it. And I see you drum for her. Jennifer Nettles is she's a huge fan.
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
there was a show called American Supergroup that was on MTV2, and I got to back up Jennifer Nettles, and she was so nice, and she came out and she. We had known each other
right
long before that from doing the festival circuit, and because I would see her backstage and be like, You know, that
The
thing.
head
and
up.
the head thing. And then all of a sudden I'm on stage with her and she came out and she goes, "You sound so great. Thank you for learning my music." Which means, because there's some people that just show up and they just, they half-ass
Right.
it, or they don't. You have to respect the fact that maybe this person wrote this song and it's very personal to them, or maybe they've been kicking around the idea for the song for 20 years. And, how irresponsible and arrogant would it be for me to show up unprepared and not know their material?
Exactly.
I just went to Cabo. It was like a working vacation. It was amazing. But I did an hour set with Mickey Thomas from Jefferson Starship. So I did an hour Starship show. I did an hour show with All the Music of Foreigner with Kelly Hansen, the current singer of Foreigner. And then we did a 2-hour disco show where I wore a giant afro and like 100-degree heat on the beach in Cabo playing Car Wash and, Disco Inferno. It's a lot of material, but you have to put the work in, the preparation, so you can just show up and execute.
And Mickey Thomas, he just has that voice.
He still has it.
Yeah,
Still?
that's amazing.
And a very nice man.
There you go. See, you can end everything with "and a very nice guy."
Yep.
The quote that comes up that I brought it up for was, I listened to her one time. She's kind of inspirational, that kind of person. And she said the key to someone asked her what the key to success
Jennifer?
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said, the same things, be nice, be all these things. He goes, but show up and do those nice things, because people by nature are lazy. So what happens is all the people say they're going to be this and they just fall off and go away, and you win by default. Just be nice and be there all the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, it kind of makes sense, because Jimmy and I know people that have started in the comedy stuff when we did or before we did, and we don't even know who they're gone. And it's like, you just keep showing up, keep doing the nice things, and you just outlast everyone and you're there.
I would think that comedy would be probably one of the most difficult things in the world, because I always tell people, look, I'm a career musician, but really my backup plan is I might get into something real steady like comedy. But yeah, you just, you're like a cockroach. You just like, I moved to Nashville 20 years ago, and there's a lot of people that have moved away. They've quit the music business or they're dead, and I have outlasted them. And, you got to give yourself some credit for that, because, and it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for everybody. I got 2 marriages under my belt. I got no children. I don't never see a lot of loved ones. You're a troubadour, man. You really are.
Well, you're outside looking in. You look at comedy going, I could do that. But then, like I was telling you, I saw your drum gear break down. I'm going, I thought I could do this. Wow, that's so much more than I ever thought. So you're looking at someone else's life going, I'll just go act. I'll be fine. And then you see that going, maybe I'll stay over here.
Well, there's so many. I mean, Los Angeles, the city of beautiful people. When you're on a plane going to Los Angeles, it's like, wow, this is a modeling show. Because it was so funny. Last night I went to a club, and I was supposed to be on the list. It's the whole velvet rope thing, and the lady comes. The girl with the clipboard that is letting people into the club is an 11, and she's like, "What's your name, sir?" I'm like, "Rich Redmond." She goes, "How do you spell that?" R-E-D. She goes, "Yeah, you're not on the list." And I said, "I got the confirmation email." She goes, "Well, can you work that out over there?"
Wow.
It was such a Hollywood moment. It was like, wow.
That was so Hollywood.
It was like the scene from Knocked Up where he's like,
Knocked
we
Up,
can't have a bunch of pregnant bitches running up around the club.
I would totally hit your fine ass, but I
Yeah.
can't let you in.
My God, I love that. Who's that character? He's
Craig Robinson?
and you know what? He has a master's degree in music education.
Yeah, well, he's stand-up, and he brings his organ, his piano on stage and sings along with it, but that's such a great scene in that movie.
I mean, that's exactly what happened. And then I got into this party. Courtney Love was playing that night. It was like at the rooftop of the Dream Hotel. I was looking around, and I was with a gentleman who has been in Hollywood for 30 years. And he says, "My friend, I go to lots of parties, and I have never seen this many beautiful women in one party in my life." It was a modeling agency launch party, and every woman was an 11 or 12. I was like, wow, this is only in this town.
Only here.
Only in this town.
And you were there.
I was just there, drinking my Tito's and soda and just going, yeah, I am here.
Tito's.
Tito's, love him. Whoever Tito is, he's so smart.
Yeah.
The taco?
No, Tito's vodka.
Vodka.
Oh, yes.
It's like distilled like 8 times or something. And
Damn.
They sent me, because I'm on their list, they sent me for Christmas like an olive, I don't know, things you put your olives on, 2 of them in an envelope. And I thought, I'm like, wow, look what they sent me. Well, it wasn't just me. Obviously, they sent them to everybody. But I thought, how smart was that? I was all excited. I don't even know what I'm going to do with him, but Tito's.
Well, it's just, you know,
my guy.
I think he's been around for a while, and I don't know if they just hired a new marketing person or how they, but just there was all of a sudden this brand came out of nowhere, and now when people think of vodka, they think of Tito's. I mean, that's what you want. Talk about branding. I don't know how they did it. But I mean, look at me. I'm a brand whore. I mean, I will get off the airplane, and I've got a 5-minute layover, and there's Tully's Coffee Beanery, Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, I want to go to Starbucks, but I've got to take a tram. It's in the other, and can I make it? And I will go, and I will go to Starbucks because the product is so consistent, and they make me feel special, and they always get my name right, Mitch. I will do it. I don't know how they do it. I mean, you could be in Dubai, South Korea, Canada, God forbid, and this is the same.
It's like they have your drink on file. Is that Rich Redmond from California, Nashville? Yep, there it is. That's your drink right there.
Light coconut milk, no sweetening.
We got you all set up. No problem. Send your coffee files wherever you need them.
Your coffee file. The coconut milk.
Coconut milk, because coconut makes me feel like I'm on vacation every day. Plus, I'm lactose intolerant as hell.
So what was the drink today?
This is just either a cold brew or an iced coffee with a dash of coconut milk and no sweetening.
Okay, so because this morning, see, I was talked into a coconut milk.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
It was good.
Well, do you drink cow milk?
Do I drink? No. Yeah, Come on, right out of the teat.
If I drank cow milk, we would not have a show. You guys would be like, stretch. He's still in the bathroom.
He's still in there doing stuff. Oh, man. We're going to get out here and reset a minute. We just ran through a break, but we don't care.
Ooh. Is that the faces?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
See, Jimmy, I'm going to tell you right now. Jimmy does the best pulls in there for guests. Look at, here he goes. Rich is going.
I got him.
A little bit of attitude was going already. I saw it.
Hey, are we still on?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're getting ready to go off then.
Okay.
We're going to take a break.
All
right. We're getting out of here for 7. Give us a call after the break, 909-360-8330. We've got Roy, Jimmy, and Mr. Rich Redmond in studio. See you in a minute.
I'll only kick you out of the
All right, we'll go in a minute. Yes, sir. Oh. All right, we'll do 30 all quiet.
Welcome back to the Roy and Jimmy thing here on chaoticradio.com. Give us a call, 909-360-8330. That is your phone number. We are here with Mr. Rich Redmond, actor, producer, drummer, what else?
Motivational
speaker.
Yes.
I'm into that shit. I mean, I'm telling you. We were talking about the drumming right before break. I watched the kids one. What made you get to the kids 5 to 10 when you wrote the book?
Oh, it's really funny. Yeah, my co-author, a great guy from the East Coast named Michael Albrecht, reached out to me and said, hey, my son wants to play the drums, and I want to teach him how to play. Michael's also a drummer, but he also has written like 10 books on the Civil War and baseball. So he's a published author. So he goes, I don't think there's a lot of great books out there for young kids to learn how to play the drums. I said, you know what? Let's write it. So
let's make that one.
We got really specific. So the book is called Fun, capital F-U-N, Fundamentals of Drumming for Kids ages 5 to 10, and it's published by Modern Drummer magazine, which is basically the world's most widely read drum magazine. It's been around for 40 years. And it's distributed by a company called Hal Leonard, and you can get it in a digital format, or you can buy the real deal book with it comes with a DVD. So, I mean, I talk to the kids. I'm like, hey, this is a bass drum. This is a snare drum. And we get them playing beats and stuff. The great thing about the book is that it works for a 5-year-old or a 50-year-old man that acts like a 5-year-old. Still. I'm in now.
All of a sudden.
It'll work for me then.
Yeah, we're in all of a sudden. I was like, I wonder if this is where I should start, because I watched the video you had on it where it talked about the quarter notes and everything. You're like, dun, dun, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, that's the same thing? Out of the same little
well, it's
structure you did?
That beat you just heard our buddy Stan Lynch playing from Tom Petty. Another childhood hero that I know now, which is crazy. He was playing Money Beat number 3. And so I get these kids playing these beats, and the selling point on the book is not only are they learning how to play these beats, but they're learning how to read music right away. And reading music is the one skill set that has saved me time and time again and has allowed me to cultivate the career that I have, is being able to play with a lot of different bands at the same time. Excuse me. Because of the reading.
Well, and it sounds lame, but I played trombone in a junior high band. And
that's a comical instrument with the
but it was fun, and you did a lot of the vocals, for the songs that you're covering basically. But you learned how to read music.
Yeah.
It'll take me a little while to get back into it. And I was talking to you earlier about I air drum, and you just memorize. But learning what guy my age. being the air drummer extraordinaire that I am, how hard would it be for a transition into the real deal?
Oh, I can get you playing. I do a lot of these morning radio shows like Good Morning Dallas, Good Morning Tulsa, and I do a little, literally 90-second drum lesson with the on-air personalities.
Yeah.
And I get them playing Back in Black, the beat to Back in Black in 90 seconds.
Jeez. Well, what? Yeah.
What?
One of the things, like I said, I love drummers, and this one YouTube video I'm sure you're familiar with, Jeff Porcaro.
Oh, yeah,
The
of
Rosanna, the drums only on that. And,
Oh, yeah.
And there's also one where he's explaining it too, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, he was such ahead of his time.
But you isolate the track, and it's just the drums, and I'm going to play a little bit for it, just because
amazing.
I can listen to it just all day, just because it's iconic.
They won the Grammy for that.
Yeah, exactly. But then when he explains the complexities of it and the combinations and the morphing he did with that, you're just like, you're beyond impressed, how he just put that together and how difficult it looks, but the sound comes out like this.
Yeah, we lost him way too early.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite part of that is as soon as it came in and the beat came in, the attitude and that excitement that you drum with,
Yeah.
was in your face immediately. You just had that.
Well,
it's just like
the Here Comes My Girl song, where it starts off with the drummer like that. It just sets the tone immediately.
Yeah, I think that was recorded at Capitol Records right up the way there.
Oh man, did you see the documentary, just Basic Music, about Sound City, the studio?
Oh, yeah.
I got to go to the concert they had for that at the Palladium. So Dave Grohl just played with all these people, Fogerty, Stevie Nicks, all these people from punk bands, all in one night, and it was just, oh my God, it blew my mind. It was great.
Yeah.
And Taylor was just doing the drums. All the songs except maybe two, Dave jumped in, like for Cheap Trick, the live version of, oh God, what is that? The one from live from Budokan.
Oh, I Want You to Want Me.
Ain't that a shame?
Oh, okay,
Dave sat in on the drums on
Nice.
that one. It's like, so I like watching Dave and Taylor, and it's like watching you now, where I've seen your videos. You're into it, 120%.
Dave's a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, not only did he change rock and roll one time, he changed rock and roll 2 times.
Right.
Once as a drummer and once as a frontman.
Exactly. You ever want to be a front man? Is that one of your things you had in the back of your head?
God didn't give. I have the personality of a frontman, but not the voice.
Yeah, not the vocals.
So the closest I get is my speaking. That's like, I do motivational speaking, and that's me as the front man, me doing almost like a one-man show. And this concept called CRASH is my platform, and it stands for commitment, relationships, attitude, skill, hunger. CRASH, and it's a universal message for kindergartners or CEOs of companies like Hewlett Packard or Johnson & Johnson or Cisco. I do corporate events, and they like it because I'm a drummer. So I come out and I play the drums, and it's kind of like a one-man show with like quality messaging and takeaways.
Well, that was cool you brought that up, because that was one of the things we want to talk about and that's what I wanted to see is, if you're not in the music or you're not into drumming, you're not into that, what else are you going to pull out of what you're bringing to that? Because I know you show a lot of passion for everything, and your thing is like passion for life. Passion, you can just see it. It comes out of you. But is somebody in a different field going to be able to do that? I mean, is that going to pull it out? What kind of response are you getting out of that?
It's great because I'm actually like one of I think 3 motivational speakers in the world that plays the drums. And so I come out, it's a 1-hour event. I come out, I do a little drum solo. I play a #1 song that they've heard. And then I talk about commitment and how commitment it's applied to my life and my journey, and how they can use it for, their corporate sensibility, any of their corporate philosophy, anything that they're working on, specific projects. So, people they'll say, hey, the theme of the event is disruption. And so I'll come in and I talk about disruption and how the music business has changed, and how we have to basically just kind of like run to just even stand still. And so there's a lot of commonalities between the music business and any corporate entity, and I talk to graduating high school seniors, and I talk to them about, hey, what are you going to do with your life? And I talk about how, passion is your engine, and you fuel your engine with hard work. And so if you're passionate about something, it's very easy to work hard, and the harder you work, the luckier you get. So CRASH is just this universal message I've been working with for like 12 years, and I'm actually writing the book now called A Crash Course for Success.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I honestly, at some point, something happening out here, I'd like to find a way to get to one. I'm all the way into it. I mean, it just with the different people I've worked with and seen, I pulled something out of everything I've been to.
Yeah.
And a lot of that came at a time in my life where I actually needed it.
Yeah.
Where I would just like, and I fall in and out a little bit, but I was the poor me guy. Like, oh, nothing happens.
Oh, shucks.
But it was all me.
Yeah.
You find out then it was all me at that time, and then you're like, well, no, you're making all this happen.
Yeah.
So I'm way on.
Yeah, the mind is so powerful. Yeah, I'd like to, like I said, I've got some really nice clients, and I'm growing that business. I think the book is really going to help. I'd like to get on the stage with some, some big entities like the Tony Robbins people and the Gary Vaynerchuk people and the Grant Cardone people and all these kind of thought leaders that are out there. I think they would be smart to have a forward-thinking drummer, entertainer, speaker at their events. I think that would be awesome. If they're listening or if there's any people out there that are connected to those folks, check out crashcourseforsuccess.com and you will not be disappointed.
Well, I'm going to send. I think what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Kyle an email.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking to him. In fact, one of the better things about going to one of these speaker events is picking up something you didn't expect to pick up.
Yeah.
You go for one thing, but it turns out to be a whole other thing inside yourself.
Yeah. Well, the playing the drums is actually it's a physical manifestation of all the concepts that I talk about. So if you're talking about, committing to your craft, to your company, to your family, to your product, and then you talk about relationships and how you want to cultivate sincere, lifelong relationships, and then how attitude is 99% of life, and skill, like developing the skill sets that we need to be successful in our chosen field, and then staying hungry for success through all the seasons of your life. I mean, these are universal messages that basically a musician, a person in corporate America, a new business owner, a startup, a kindergartner, even a bass player can take this stuff.
Even a bass player.
Yeah. Well, we started out doing our goal being the stand-up comedy, so we go to these places. But like you said, you meet people.
Yeah.
We had no idea in a few years we're going to be doing a radio show weekly.
Yeah.
That came from something else.
That's a commitment. I mean, that is a commitment right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
heavy.
Then I met this other guy who does the voiceovers, and I've been hearing all my life, you got a great voice, you have a great voice. I go to Burbank, and I go to Kalmanson, and I do the courses.
Did you do the training?
Yeah, over at Kalmanson and Burbank there.
And you have a demo?
I haven't made it yet, just because.
Pooh.
They say don't make it too early, but also I met someone else who said, no, here's how you want to do it as your first one. You have to wait for those opportunities. You just can't go out there going, hey, it's KLOS. How's it going?
Well, you could do like faux, like my voice demo is like all faux commercials where it sounds like almost like I could have done them, like
Gotcha.
Target and the car commercial, and then the financial, like 2.9% APR finance, like all that stuff.
But you know what?
I did that.
That was strong right there.
That's very strong. But I also want my first impression to be one of the better ones.
Sure.
So the show here actually helps me develop a natural speaking, but also play with the voice too.
Oh, you sound great.
Bring it down a little bit. But 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when I started doing all this, I said, hey, how's it going? And I'm going to imitate the guy who does the movies deep down in the South.
Yeah, you're like in a world.
Exactly.
We're one man.
I can impersonate him, but then they're not going to say that's not you. You can't be Don LaFontaine.
I know there was only one.
And truthfully, the last 8 months is when I think I'm coming into it right now. So now I'll do the demo. Now I'll go out some more.
I like coming into anything, really.
Sorry,
guys. This is internet radio.
Wait.
Join Rich for On the Road to Marriage 3 right here on chaoticradio.com.
Oh, my God. Ladies, I am taking submissions for wife number 3.
Leather and inside.
Must
That's all you
be
need
into
to know.
leather and cooking.
The password is...
Actually, you won't have to cook a lot. Like, I'm never home, but if you can whip up something, like I have been in relationships that I should not have stayed in way past their expiration date, just because the woman was willing to. And it doesn't have to be. I mean, we're talking about a tuna sandwich on toast. That just like for an Italian man, that's like a sign of affection. Like
exactly.
Like, here, you honey. Here's your coffee. I made you a tuna fish sandwich. Like. I don't know. This doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
It's
the
last bit of tradition I have.
Exactly. It's not feminism, and it's not being anti-anything. It's just like the homemaker skills, obviously.
Can you make me a fucking sandwich?
It's like I can't make a sandwich, but I can Google deliver a tuna sandwich.
That is not sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what is sexy. Honey, I made you a tuna sandwich.
Yeah, I thought you were hungry.
I will do anything.
Nothing like a tuna sandwich. In fact, my dad, super Italian, tuna is his go-to. That's his seafood right there.
That's his seafood.
With celery, it's a little chopped up celery. My grandmother had that in there with some little celery, maybe some onions in there, and then the toast or on Italian bread. Oh, Like I'm getting. I didn't have
Yeah,
breakfast.
see, and my dad's thing, he always went heavy on the mail with that too, and it's just like, oh my god,
You don't want it swimming in the mail, ladies. Ladies.
Yeah, it just melts in your mouth.
There,
Yes.
there's going to be so many people calling in. And they're like, "What a jerk!"
It's not good for
No,
you.
yeah, hey, you just put it out there what you want. It's not a problem.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's right.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Get down the road and find out she can't make a tuna sandwich and like I wasted all this freaking time?
I've been courting you, taking you to steak houses, buying you $100 bottles of wine. You can't make a tuna
A
sandwich.
tuna freaking sandwich.
Watching YouTube.
So
and don't order it either. Make it.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen, guys. That's okay.
It's just not going to. We tried. We gave it a shot. Oh, man. That was the time to find yours, and we blew it. Sorry.
You never know.
We had
You
that
never
moment.
know.
Well, this will be a podcast later. So
You know what's really funny is that I have, like, in the last year, I got divorced, like, last July. So it's been a year. And I said, man, what the hell, man? I'll get on one of these dating sites. So I got on one of these dating apps, and I get messages from people going, there's somebody using your pictures impersonating you. I'm like, no, that's
that is
me. That is me. I'm like, dude, that is me.
Wait, that's the funny thing is, how did they find him? You're like,
They're on their site, too.
they're on the site too, saying, hey. And you're
Yeah.
like, caught you. You're
And
all
it's so
good.
funny is I actually matched with my ex.
Oh.
It's so funny. And
Well,
so
that's
then
good.
I actually
Oh, all of a sudden
should we
got
close the
noise.
door?
Yeah, we should maybe.
should we close the door?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
That was weird. Someone's coming. That was a great radio moment right there.
That was amazing. All of us stopped. It was
All of
like
us
the War of
stopped.
the
To go. It
Worlds.
was like someone was going to come in and shoot us all here.
Oh my
Ranch.
God.
You know what? We
With
actually
Chupacabra.
we actually have a caller in.
Oh, is that why?
Okay, she's like, I know, I can make tuna.
Yep, we got it's a female. Her name's Billy, and you are on the air with Roy and Jimmy and Rich Redmond.
I saw Rich in Cabo.
Oh Jesus!
That gig.
Oh yeah.
Are you also named Stevie?
I just wanted to call. I've been listening to you. Great interview. I just want to tell you guys, great interview.
Hey,
And,
thanks for getting us here, Steve.
I just want to call and say, well, Bruce don't even talk to me, but Jimmy and Rich, great interview. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to go now. I said the call and my voice, I used to be able to do voices, and I can't. Anyway, you guys keep it up. Love you guys, and talk soon.
Love you, bud.
All right, see you,
thanks,
Steve.
man.
See you, man.
That's a freaking coop.
See, he just beat me up there too.
SteveCooper.net. We love the guy.
That
and
you
he's
have to.
he's on all the platforms, but usually people pick a platform that they really like. He excels on Twitter. He just literally will tweet anybody.
Anything. Yeah, and anybody. Yeah, that's how he gets his guests.
And it's
Yeah.
he's really good at it.
Yeah, he's really good. Well, and I saw something of yours talking about the social media thing.
Yeah.
You said something about when Facebook started years and years ago.
Yeah, 9 years ago.
You just jumped out and in it, and everyone kind of thought you were crazy.
I jumped right on that sucker. I was on MySpace, and I made a lot of connections on MySpace. And then when they opened up Facebook to public, it was like a college thing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be big, and it was. I'm so glad that I got on that stuff right away because it is a great tool for. There's so many great ways to build a brand and market yourself these days for free.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, that's what I tell the college kids. I say, this is not just a way for you to like hook up and be silly. Like on Snapchat. I think Snapchat's slightly silly.
Yeah, I don't use it as a broadcasting kind of thing. It's just I don't see the.
But I think it's an age thing because all the youngsters love Snapchat.
Yeah, and it's one of the things you may have to use it just because of that exposure.
My friend Jim McCarthy, my guru, my producer of my podcast, says you gotta get on Snapchat, Rich.
Right.
And so like I'm just like clunky on it. I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing the radio show because you only have like 11 seconds or something,
Yeah.
or 13 seconds. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm gonna try to make a tuna fish sandwich. Have a great day. Like it's too fast.
But do you make sure to do it with the nose and the ears? Like the little
The
Snapchat,
filters?
The
Oh,
filters.
no, I don't do any of that.
Come
Yeah.
on, man, Rich, you got to. That would get you someone to make a tuna fish sandwich if you did it with a little nose and
Well,
ears or horns.
When Facebook first came out, the simplicity of it was, I'm doing this.
Yeah, what are you doing?
But as they added the features, like with Twitter with the live video, once they added that, it's like, why? Why would we do this? And now I do it maybe once a month. I'll do it out there, and it gets a bunch of. You can't deny the viewability.
People love video.
And
They
the
really do.
Snapchat's the same thing because once you say Snapchat me, people are like, all right, in their heads already going, he's already on the latest stuff. He's keeping up with it. You know what I mean? Because Snapchat came out. You're just like, come on, you got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
Yeah, Snapchat, and I got to get on there.
Yeah, so
More
I
often.
got the account. In
Not
fact,
me.
when these platforms come out, I sign up right away. So it's one of those rare things where it's actually my name. No hashtag, no freaking lowercase dash point star 2231. You know, so a couple of them, it's straight ass
it's
Jimmy
great.
Shaw, which is awesome.
I think Instagram is probably as far as brand building, is probably the most bang for your buck these days, because it's people like pictures. It cuts to the chase immediately, even if they don't read the caption. They get, oh, this is what he is doing.
You know, and that's how it started out. It was a picture program. Just share your pictures, and it's kind of gone a little too far, I think, but it's still, like you said, a simplistic way of saying something and showing something.
Yeah, and my model is just like you got to find those 100,000. There's 100,000 people in the world that will be a fan of you, that will buy your product or service. They will follow you. You just have to find those 100,000 people. If you find 100,000 people, think about it. If you're selling a dollar bauble and they believe in you, you can make a living for the rest of your life. You just need to find those 100,000 people.
Well, they support you, so you in return have to support them, and these social media outlets is the way to support them.
It's a mutual love society.
Yeah, you know, sometimes a lot of people get shit to, you know, why are you doing a live video? I can't believe these people, you know, with all their opinions. But you know what? You're not branding yourself. You're not giving back. You know, you're sitting over there after your job judging everybody. But you know what? I'm a stand-up. We have a radio show.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Exactly. You know, we're using it for what we need to use it for. You're complaining about life is what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't understand the people that have all that free time to just be negative Nellies on YouTube. They just scour the internet for videos and they just spread hate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, instantly.
And it's because then they're just cowards. They're hiding behind their keyboards. It's like, get out and do something with your life, loser.
You know, I did something that you hated, but you know what? I did something.
I did something that you are not brave enough to do.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go find you to shit on you, but you know what? If you did something, I don't shit on anyone doing something.
But if we do find them, we will shit on them.
I was going to bring that. I would definitely shit on
I will defecate on your chest.
But you know, if Roy does something, you do something, Coop, anybody I know or don't know, they do something, I'm like, well, look at them. They have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Bravo.
And my thing is too, like different. We talk about different comics, different kinds of music, different kind of that. You may not be into that genre, but you gotta appreciate someone's success and the hard work they did to get where they're at.
Yeah.
You know, why are you gonna shit on that? No, we're gonna shit on everybody.
Totally. Yeah,
well, if it's not your cup of tea, someone put the effort to go make it theirs.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So you do the Pick Rich's Brain also.
Yeah, I'm on 5 episodes of Pick Rich's Brain. It's a podcast, so it's all things music, motivation, and success. And it's at richredmond.com. Everything is archived under media. You hit the media icon, the podcast icon will drop down. I'm also on Google, iTunes, and Stitcher. And then we film it in HD, and it exists on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/richredmond. And we're having a great time with it. We really are. And I'm starting off with the low-hanging fruit, which is basically all my friends and sidemen in the music business that I know. You know, and then I'm going to start, interviewing just creative people, chefs and CEOs and, marketing people and celebrities. And it's we know so many people that it's just an endless parade of guests. So I know more people than I actually have time to do the show.
Well, we start out the same way. We start out being genre specific. We're stand-up comedians. We'd have our friends in, headliners and all that. And then we'd have somebody different we'd never met. So you're in. You wouldn't be in our genre when we started. But, these turned out to be.
But I'm trying to be
more funny,
Oh,
you're hilarious. But, you bring that in, and it adds a nice variety to your show.
Variety's great. It really is. I'm excited about the whole thing. I'm averaging 2 shows a month. So I'd like to do every week. But that sometimes is a commitment I just can't. With my touring, I just can't do a weekly show.
Oh, absolutely. We'd love to do a morning show every morning.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. We'd love it.
That'd be great.
It's in our wheelhouse, but right now we can't. Our jobs are stand up and all that in the way. But, that's a goal, though. That's, a goal we didn't have 2 years ago.
Squad goals.
Yeah, we never had that thought even 2 years ago of doing radio once a week, doing it, and then thinking about go beyond with it, you know? That's how life changes between the people you meet. And
hey, you guys do stand up on stage together? At the same time?
No, we're not a team.
Like a frickin' frack?
No.
Okay.
No, people have assumed that, and we did try it once a year ago.
It was odd.
It was odd because together we can, like on our radio show, and when we hang out with people, we can work off each other. But we went on stage, and it's like, you know what? This isn't my persona.
Actually, the second time it worked because we went up and kind of did a co-host thing because we produced a room. And it was kind of whatever. But then we went up again. We did that birthday party.
Oh, that's right, for Paul.
And
yeah.
that was actually a lot of fun because we didn't think about it. We were just told we had to do it.
Yeah.
And we went up and just ripped it and had fun.
Yeah.
So it was like the planning of it sucked. But when we didn't plan, we just went up and
did
released
great.
and had fun. It was work.
And when we first started, we did a lot of shows together. So people assume like Roy would do a show, and where's Jimmy? Oh, he's parking the car. Where's Roy? He's over there. And then we recognize this, and this is that box thing we talked about. Yeah. We need to quit doing shows together so many. Because, you know, you're your own man, I'm my own man, and our own style. So we actually quit working at same shows. I'd go and see him, but I wouldn't be on stage also.
I see. Yeah.
And just to get that out of everyone's mind, because we don't want to be in a box.
Right.
It's not that we don't like working together. It's just like we're always going to be known as that. And I don't want us to miss out. I don't want Roy to miss out on a great gig because they're going to assume I'm coming. So if they like Roy and don't like my style, I don't want them to miss the show. And same with him.
Yeah.
You know, so you get out of the box, and then we go back and do it again. You know, it's just part of the mix.
Yeah, we had people ask us. We'd show up to a big show, like we do the Ice House or one of these other, and it's, where's Jimmy? I'm here. But you could see it already started at that point.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, everyone expecting you just to be a country rock drummer. It's like, no, Taylor Swift's band, I'll show up, you know. Yeah. Don't discount me because of the one thing. I'm multi-talented. I can do this.
Yeah, I'm not that talented.
No, but you're with other, we're the sum of all is what we are.
Yeah, I surround myself with people with some talent, and I just kind of ride along.
Surround yourself with talented people. Experts, that's what I do.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Nah, you're full of shit.
We've
all seen you do your stuff. Come on.
Do what you do and then outsource everything else.
Outsource it, right?
What is one of the favorite people you've played with? We've had a lot of oh my God, I can't believe moments, but you know, in this list, Jesus, it's so impressive. I mean, we talking Bob Seger. Yeah.
I mean, doing the television show with Bob Seger was fantastic. It was a Crossroads on CMT, and then there was a Crossroads with Bryan Adams. That was awesome. And then, you know, just meeting all these wonderful people along the way. You know, like Miranda is super talented, and she did a duet with Aldine on the second record. And, you know, Kelly is an amazing, consistent, superhuman performer. These are just all really awesome people. You know, meeting Ludacris, you know, he's a television host, he's an actor, he's a rapper, he's a businessman. Awesome to be around that kind of energy. But, you know, I mean, it's nice to have my job, you know, for 18 years playing with the same people. You know, there's a level of, you know, execution and a family spirit that comes from, you know, playing with Aldine and the guys, man. So it's an awesome, awesome job.
What happens that night and you let it pour out? What happens that night when you get up? You might be sick, or you might not be feeling it, or you might, and we've all had them. I mean, you're a pro, you show up, and it's like, I got to show up and do it. But how do you reach down deep and get that? Do you just, because, you know, or you have one of those shows where you're like, man, I didn't, it wasn't me tonight. What happened?
Once you get
that?
behind the drums, it just happens. It just takes over.
I like the happens part.
You just go to this special place, you know, that healing feeling, and the muse is with you. She's on your shoulder, and she's whispering in your ear. She's like, I know you got the scorch tonight, but we're going to do this, man, and it's going to be great.
I had a show at the Ice House. I was so sick. I had the deepest cold I had in a long time. But it's the Ice House. You have to go.
Where's the Ice? That's an iconic place, right?
Pasadena, yeah.
Oh, it's in Pasadena. Okay.
And that's where we met Cooper. And just before, I've been there enough where people knew me. And I said, man, I am sick as hell. And the guy says, I got something for you. And so he made me this concoction. He says, tell me when you're going to go up. So I'm going to go up here and stuff. So like 2 comics before that, he said, come here. So he gave me this concoction he made, and I drank it. I mean, it was harsh. But by the time they announced me, I felt great.
What was it?
It was a lot of whiskey, and I think it was just a whiskey cocktail.
Yeah.
And I felt great. I went up. As soon as you hit the stage, you know, whether you're nervous, scared, or excited, as soon as you hit the stage, that animal is what it is.
Boom.
And I felt great, did my set. I had a great time, and then like a comic and a half later, I went right back down.
Yeah.
And I went back, and the guy goes, you're welcome.
That's awesome.
You're not the first sick comic that, you know, had to go up.
That's awesome.
But it makes you wonder if it was the cocktail or it was just a rush from going up. You're going to be okay anyway.
So if I want to do, what are the open mics? Are they 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
Depends.
A lot of them are 3, most are 5.
And there's the guy right there going.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You get the light, yeah.
You get the light. Mm-hmm. So say Cooper and I wrote 3 minutes of material. Where do I go first?
You go to, if you can go with Cooper.
Is it like Flap? Do I go to Flappers and
Well,
Burbank?
they just canceled that one.
Well, the Claremont one they did. There's
just
open
canceled
mics
the
all
one
over the place.
But what's a really good one?
Oh, you see that's the thing. A really good one
Are they
has
all
a lot
great?
of support, or you want to go to a really good one where it's hard.
Yes.
Yes, it's hard.
I don't care. I just want to just check it off my list and see if like anything comes from it as far as like the feeling of afterwards.
Oh, the feeling is incredible.
Because a friend of mine is like, dude, you can execute because you're already a speaker.
Right.
You're comfortable with the
No, I
microphone.
agree.
Absolutely.
But I was like, well, yeah, I can execute, but the material has got to be there.
And here's the thing: is the material probably will be there if you believe in it, because your personality and your confidence will come out, and people will just go along.
Well, you know what'd be great is I'm going to bring a cymbal with me. So if
I gotta be there.
you know what I mean, and if it falls flat, I will kick my own joke, and it'll be great. It'll save the day because
It will.
Oh, really, guys? You didn't like that?
Right? It keeps it but with style.
I would say if you can't go with Cooper, next time you see him out there in Jersey, that hit like the Flappers open mic in Burbank. Go to at least a club.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
try and do it there.
And
Like the Haha Cafe in North
That's one.
Hollywood.
Oh, the haha, yeah.
They do Monday through Fridays, and that's me and Roy. I was doing it 4 days a week. And
Wait a minute, the haha's all open mic?
they have an open mic night
section.
at 5 o'clock weekdays.
Oh, it's like happy hour, so all the real drunks come in.
Yeah, and you're
At
there.
5
With,
o'clock.
you're there with other comics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no big deal there.
Like I said, drunks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
Back in my day when I started, it was you paid $5, but you got a beer in 5 minutes to do your stuff.
Love it.
And
That's it,
but
man.
you know what? It was a place to work it out, and that's a great room. It's a lot of comics, so they're not going to give you shit. If you go to the coffee shop ones as your first one, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they suck.
Because no one's drunk. Everyone's hopped up on caffeine.
Exactly, but when you go to an established place, when you begin an open mic, there's a respect already in the room.
At least they know it's a comedy. You're walking into a comedy place to an open mic, not walking into a coffee shop, and they're like, "Really, this is today?"
Right.
That's the
Everyone's
Oh yeah, because they're like, oh, dude, they're on their laptops.
Right. They don't
exactly.
Give a, they don't give
That's
a-
harsh.
A club has a built-in respect already when you do their open mic, so you can at least be comfortable when you go.
Coffee house would not like my symbol.
No.
No.
But I'd love to see it.
But once you get to be known, hey, Rich Redmond, the cymbal guy, he's going to be here tonight. Oh shit, let's get
I
there.
think I gave away my a cool
No, that's
idea.
okay. That's
But
all right.
I would say, like I said, the haha you'll definitely would get on. And last I heard it was Monday through Friday, but for sure Monday through Thursday. Sign-ups are at 5:30. The show starts at 6. But it's a comfortable spot and it's got respect. At least you can do your time without anyone getting you out.
Now, here's the thing.
Haha Cafe.
Nice.
If you do it while you're in town, you have got to.
Oh, you guys are coming. No, you are coming.
Definitely
Absolutely.
showing up.
Coming with girls that can make tuna sandwiches.
We'll find some on the way.
Well, you can't steal ours. Both of ours can kill a tuna
They
sandwich.
kill a two sandwich. That's the deal. It's funny you said about that thing on stage. I remember I was doing a show at the Brea Improv, and I went to go upstage. It was a birthday show, and the place was packed out, sold out. And it's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And Dawn, my fiance, shows up, and she gets there, and she was there, and she walked in front of me. It was my time to go on stage. I'm like, get the hell out of the room. Get the hell out of the way. I got to go. And they introduced her on stage. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it was just like, it's his birthday. There's a drink called Sex on the Stage. I wanted to give him his dream, give him sex on the stage, that kind of thing. So we get done, but my favorite part was there was a heckler in the front row that says, I didn't come here to see any fucking female. And I just kind of leaned on the wall, left her alone, and said, okay, this is going to be fun. Let's see what she does with it. And she says, well, you got a fucking female, deal with it, and popped off back. The place exploded. It was a great moment. I came up, and then she left. My thing is I went to her later, and this is the deal on stage. I said, okay, now I got to know. You're a stage guy, Rich. You feel that energy and just love it. Jimmy and I did, and I said, what was it like? Because you try to explain that to somebody, and they don't get it. They really don't. I said, what was it like? She goes, it was the most incredible thing I ever felt. When 300 people are just like on your side and exploding. And I go, that's the rush I chase.
Yeah.
And that's the way, I mean, you live there.
But those damn hecklers.
Oh, no, come on.
You got to have a way to deal with them, right? You guys have a system, or you just feel it in the moment?
I in the moment.
I fortunately don't have anyone give me shit when I'm on stage yet. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen, and I'm not going to be good at it. In real life, I'm great. I can heckle the shit out of anyone at work or shit like that. But on stage, I'd be a little more intimidated, so I'll have someone comment, and I'll just kind of bring him in with me. Oh, and then I'll bring him in. One guy kind of heckled me at a bar show, I was talking about being divorced, and I go, well, look at you. You're here on a Thursday night. I said, what are you're no better.
Yeah.
You're drinking beers on a weekday, a school night. Yeah.
And
yeah.
What's wrong with that?
That's how good you are with women.
Yeah,
so,
no, totally. I mean,
I'm more of I've turned into a lot of crowd work stuff, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Bring it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I'd rather not. I'd rather just be myself and shut up. Please shut up, everybody. I don't want to. Don't, please. But acknowledgments or someone laughing when I start to say a joke, then I'll bring them in. And then I'll make them part of the act.
Oh, I love it.
Or the response of it. Yeah.
I had 2 years ago. I had a group called Strike That. It's my buddy Billy Hahn. He's the drummer with Colby Calais. Great artist. And anyways, we had this group where basically we would just play household objects like trash cans, paper clips, staplers, Scotch tape dispensers, filing cabinets, and we would make music out of it.
Love it.
So we bring all this stuff and we play at Zany's, which is this iconic venue in Nashville, and we would open up for the comics and basically we would reverse heckle the audience. So we'd be playing drums and stuff, and we'd go, this first seat is right there. So all these people were like, what the hell is this? And I would grab their salt shakers and be playing salt shakers in their face, and then I would grab one woman's beer. I drank the woman's beer, and then you come around, you're playing their table. So we didn't even give them a chance to heckle us. We reverse heckled it.
They had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're part of the show right now.
It was so fun.
Thanks for coming.
Sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Well, see, that kind of thing with the stage presence and the quick on your feet. Yeah, you'd have no problem doing your first 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta be
Get
there.
ready, Burbank.
Yeah, gotta be
Coming to Flappers.
Exactly.
I want it to happen now. I'm like ready.
Oh, I got to get it. Steve, are you ready? Cooper's going to help me with the material.
Absolutely. No,
Cooper was last time he called a couple months ago or a month ago. He said he had tell him he's got a joke.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
He's got the joke.
He can't use it back east, but he can use it here in Southern California. He said it kills every time. He's selling it to anybody who wants it.
And he'd give it to you. We know he'd give it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. He's a joke writer. You get paid good money to write jokes, right?
Exactly. And it's not really it's really not personality driven. It is definitely a comment on Southern California that everyone just applause breaks and laughs their ass off.
And it would go great in Burbank.
For real.
Oh, yeah, you're set.
Okay.
You're done.
That's my first joke.
First joke's already.
Exactly.
Coop, you're already done with the first joke.
Love it.
We already got him a credit on this one.
Ready to do that. That's, I got to be there. That's going to be so freaking cool.
So what? I'm sure you mentioned it earlier. So what do you got coming up? I know we're getting close to the end here.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff happening. I'm flying back to sunny Nashville tonight. I'll land tonight at midnight. One of my buddies is going to pick me up, and I've got 3 days in Nashville, 72 hours. I'm teaching at a place called Drum Paradise. I'm doing a master class for people that want to know about, country drumming and navigating the Nashville music business. I'm doing that on Tuesday night. And getting back out on the road with Aldine. We're playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then coming back to Nashville, I'm doing my one-day role as Chris Isaac in the horror movie All Light Will End. And, around that, just doing all my crazy projects. I'm writing these 2 books I'm talking about and, booking my motivational speeches. And apparently I'm going to do 5 minutes of comedy the next time I come.
Throw it in the mix.
I mean, what the heck, but I'm excited about coming. I mean, I've got probably another 60 shows to do there with Aldine, but then we're going to not tour November of this year to March of next year. So I'm basically going to be living in Los Angeles. I'm going to be out here, and I'm going to be starting to study Thursday nights at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, which is
nice.
Which is really, where Doris Roberts studied almost to the day she passed.
Wow.
Harry Hamlin, they're all kind of members of the Beverly Hills Playhouse, and I got a great teacher over there, so I'm super excited.
So
about
that's
that.
a legacy kind of place right there.
Total legacy. So I'm excited about that. But during the course of the year, if there's any musicians out there, I record drums for people, for artists all over the planet. I have a studio in Nashville, Crash Studio. So songwriters or producers or composers or artists will send me their files, and I record drums right there in my house, and I send them back their stuff, and they never even have to see me. Really?
Wow, there's your technology right there. That's great. Put yourself out there, use the tools properly, and you're out there. When is your next podcast dropping? We
are going to do it on the 24th, and then it's usually like a couple-day turnaround.
Yeah, you should be able to put that up pretty quick.
Yeah, but there should be 5. Everyone check it out. Pick Rich's Brain on Google, iTunes, Stitcher, and richredmond.com. We got 5 episodes.
Now, with all the platforms, really the central spot to find out all your info would be richredmond.com.
Yeah, there's richredmond.com, redmond.com. If you're really interested in hiring me as a speaker, you can go to crashcourseforsuccess.com. And if you've really got a lot of free time and you want to watch 5 short films that I co-wrote, co-produced, casted, and acted in, you can go to richacts.com. And if you want to buy my drumming stuff, I've got a 7-hour educational program at drumminginthe.modernworld.com.
Nice. And tons of YouTube videos.
Yeah, and on the socials, I'm just me, Rich Redmond. Please follow me on Instagram.
Definitely. Follow him.
I'll follow you.
See, look at that. Gives the love back immediately.
Giving back. A giver.
Immediately.
I'm a giver, ladies. I will give anything for that tuna
sandwich. I will do anything. I will give anything.
My big selling point is, ladies, my first kiss is below the belt.
Boom.
And we have.
Is that how I end it? There's a symbol.
I was waiting for the symbol.
Oh, the symbol. Okay.
Did we just go off the? How quiet was that?
Well, I was waiting
But
for
this
the
is internet
follow-up.
radio. We can say anything we want.
Whatever you want.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Well, it started early with the I like coming into anything. And then
Whatever, FCC.
I got time for your shit.
Well, a shirt, FCC.
Yeah, cross out. There it is. There's the next thing that goes on the crash.
Or FCC.
Yeah.
I like the thing.
Okay, the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You guys are great. Thank you so much for having me. And let's get out, man. You know, we'll go drink El Chupacabras in Rancho Cucamongas.
Well, if you didn't have to go, I'd take you for some right now. But you got to be in Nashville tonight by midnight.
I do.
Well, we have one more thing you're going to do with us.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah.
It's a thing we do every week. We call it the Roy and Jimmy Thing Great 8 Quiz.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
There's 8 questions. There's 8 questions. There's no right or wrongs. Just whatever comes to first thing in your mind when we ask you.
We got it.
Yeah. All right, Rich Redmond, the Great 8 Quiz is yours. Number 1. Do you like Kimmel or Fallon?
Yes.
That's probably the best answer right there.
Been on both.
Yeah, they're both awesome people. Fallon knows names.
Oh, yeah.
He will always make it a point to come and shake the drummer's hand, which is awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
See, love it more.
This one might be hard for you, but it's a question we asked. What is your chill music? What do you unwind to? I'm sure there's a ton of them. What would be kind of the first go-to?
Jeff Buckley's Grace record.
Oh, nice.
It's got that cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah on it, and then like any kind of like vibey singer-songwriter like Lucinda Williams or
Wow, very nice. Number 3, we asked earlier, but it might change. Your drummer inspiration that got you saying, you know what, I can do this, and this drummer is the one that you kind of modeled yourself after, but really inspired you the most.
Probably Carmine Appice and Stuart Copeland.
Stuart Copeland, yeah, the police stuff. You know what I appreciate with Stuart Copeland and also Rolling Stones?
Charlie Watts.
The technique being old school.
Oh, the traditional grip, yeah.
Yeah, where they hold there, but the sound that they're making, you have the animals, you know, doing the drums.
Oh, Dino Danelli, yeah.
Yeah, but that old school technique, but still creating all that big sound. Like I said, I love drummers. So
yeah, that was a grip that grew out of the Civil War because the drums were slanted when the kids were marching.
Yeah,
and then it kind of fell out of favor because we didn't have to sling the drums off of our one
gotcha.
way. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a little tidbit I didn't know about that.
Little history lesson.
And this one is for everybody. Number 4. What is your go-to comedy movie? You got a favorite?
Any Judd Apatow film. I think he's a genius. I can watch This Is 40 over.
Dude,
and
that's
over
so funny movie.
and over because it's true. Every bit of it. The
Right?
hemorrhoids, the everything.
I need you to look at this. I saw you give birth.
She goes, "Can we just keep some secrets between us?" She just look at it and then unsee it.
That's a great movie. Number 5. What is the last thing that pissed you off? Could be minor, could be major. What is the last thing?
Oh my God.
Irritated. We'll go with irritated. Pissed off's kind of strong.
Well, there's some sort of there's a credit card company that calls me 6 times a day, and I've closed the account. I paid it off, and I closed it, and they continue to call me.
That's amazing, right?
Come on.
You have no problem calling you when you're 5 seconds late.
Come on, people.
Yes, please get up with the time. Number 6. Your pizza leftovers, cold or warmed up.
I like cold pizza. Yeah.
That's the Italians. We just kind of just go for it. It's
Yeah, you can have it for breakfast.
See?
With a coffee, a black coffee, and a slice of pizza.
Done that many
See, I
times.
like it when it's cold like that because you bite into it, the cheese kind of snaps. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you already had it in its
Come on.
prime. You get to enjoy it in a different form, and it's still great.
And in California, we can have cashew cheese.
Whatever you want.
Or pineapple.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
It's
the
not
state.
just pepperonis anymore, people. Number 7. What is your favorite cuss word?
Oh, you know, the one that goes back all to the beginning of time, the kings and queens have used, that starts with an F.
Wow.
He doesn't want to say
Don't
fuck.
say it.
He doesn't want to
Oh,
say
yeah. I mean, oh, my God, I was talking about
I know you.
coming and tuna fish sandwiches. I can't say fuck.
I was going to say, you drew the line right there at the end, like the F word. Yeah.
It's kind of funny the way because you talked about coming in tuna fish sandwiches is what you said.
that's
and
bad.
that's got like real scary.
That's got the
Now,
next
Roy,
Judd
that-
Apatow film written all over
That
it.
might be the most sickest food mashup you've ever done.
Ever
Roy.
done. I heard it. I heard it.
Unless Mike Coletta calls in and says, you know what?
You know what? You should try it.
All right, our last question. This one's our favorite.
Salty.
But good for the skin.
You better
good for the skin.
Make sure to put the
Never have
celery
this
in it.
guy on our show again.
Number 8. This one's our favorite, and everyone does this. What is your best impression? Doesn't have to be a famous person. Could be anyone you know. Everybody has one. Rich Redmond, what is your best impression?
Oh my God, I don't really do impressions.
Mock somebody, mannerisms.
Everybody in my band mocks me. They've got a really good me.
They do
okay,
a really good.
What is an impression? Okay,
Now
what
they
is
go
an
like, hey, buddy, what's going on, man? They I'm like, wow, that's me. And they apparently I walk funny, and so there's this gait to my walk, I guess. And they go like, hey, buddy, what's going on, man? Yeah, good to see you. I'm like, wow,
I
okay.
just love that you did the impression of someone
Somebody else doing
I
me.
was going to say, yeah, let's have the impression of you from somebody else doing you.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
God.
Excellent, Rich. You know what, buddy? What a great time with you. Thank you so much for coming in.
My absolute pleasure.
We'll definitely do this again, and we'll definitely have to hang out and catch up and keep in touch with all this stuff.
I don't think he'll come out again because we lured him in. He had no idea he had to go through a fruit check and a border before he got here.
Rancho Cucamonga.
True. In fact, the melons outside, he's going to have to leave them here because we don't want to
I
go
love
through
it.
any trouble through
No, I love
Pomona
it.
or something.
Anytime, guys.
No, this is great.
And
Appreciate
maybe
it.
one time I'll take off on my acting class, and I'll come and do the Monday night thing, and I'll bring my rubber chicken and my cymbal.
Whenever you want, man.
Perfect. We'll get some workout on that.
You're welcome whenever. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Excellent. Hey, we're going to stop this thing now, man. Go on a high note.
We're out on a high note. This is Ryan Jimmy Thing special Sunday edition morning stuff that we're doing with Rich, and we're out of here because we're all like pros.
We are pros. Thanks for listening again. Podcast will be up. We may or may not be on tomorrow night. It really depends on it. I'm going to take us out on a bit of a little Texas, and we're wrapped up. That's it. We're done.
See ya.
We'll see y'all later.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Bye. Technology. There you go.
What's up, Robert? What you doing, man? Hey, if I ever play a cop, I'm gonna come do research with you, man. I love it. So what's going on today? Is there like a heavy crime thing going on? I love that. Out paid to chill.
Out couch tipping or anything and gonna get in trouble out there?
But then when it's like hurry up and wait, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey man, we got an armed robbery at the corner of Sunset and La Brea. Let's go.
Thanks very much.
Oh, Robert, you just got a call for Robert now.
No way.
No, he did.
Rich wants to come.
Robbery at the corner of Sunset and La Brea. In the Mocha? In the Hookah?
In the hookah?
That's why I said it's
Let's take care.
Rich just said pineapple. They're all dead. Pineapple on the pizza? Oh, he's like, you're all dead to me.
The cat? I guess I've announced it to the world in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I
Just like
want
this
to
down
say
here.
Distribution great.
White screen. Roy's like destroying you. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
God bless Texas.
I just don't get some because it doesn't work. Oh my god, it's funny. Yeah, just tag me like you guys always do.
Tag it up. I'll cut this up.